Hello, welcome back to my channel, Georgia Girl, Everyone Wellness and More. And happy Friday. Today I'm sharing that I have 20% off at my online boutique. You can find a link to my shop on my channel, or you can check the links below this video. I have awareness merch available, from breast cancer to Alzheimer to inflammation, stop bullying. I'm sharing awareness merch, and I also do custom made designs. If you have anything that you want custom made, a logo or a brand, you can email me at amymoore6969@gmail.com. I pray you continue to have a blessed weekend. Stay blessed, stay encouraged, and always stay prayed up. So thanks for watching. Hello, welcome back to my channel, Georgia Girl, Everyone Wellness and More. And happy Friday. Today I'm sharing that I have 20% off at my online boutique. You can find a link to my shop on my channel, or you can check the links below this video. I have awareness merch available, from breast cancer to Alzheimer to inflammation, stop bullying. I'm sharing awareness merch, and I also do custom made designs. If you have anything that you want custom made, a logo or a brand, you can email me at amymoore6969@gmail.com. I pray you continue to have a blessed weekend. Stay blessed, stay encouraged, and always stay prayed up. So thanks for watching. Hello, welcome back to my channel, Georgia Girl Everyone Wellness, and I'm your host, Georgia Girl. Today is Friday Talk. I have to have my tea with me, y'all. This allergy been messing with me all day. It was bothering me yesterday and today. But today I want to do another series of autism. You see right here everything we need to know about autism. And this is for educational entertainment purposes only. I'm not here to diagnose or suggest anyone any type of treatments or any kind of medical advice. This is only commentary. Hello, Miss Key. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for sharing me out. Hello, Glenn. Happy Friday. I'm supposed to have a guest today. His name is Joshua Graham. I'll be waiting on him to come through whenever he get a chance to come over. But until then, I will be sharing some more information about what autism is. Like I said, this is commentary. But if anybody else that on the spectrum or want to talk about how it is to live with autism, just let me know. I will drop the link for you. But my guest is Joshua Graham, and I will introduce him when he come through and want to come on the panel. Hopefully I just left a message on his video to let him know that I am live, and I'm looking forward to seeing him. And just know that if you have autism, there's nothing wrong with it. You may seem like you're different, but you are unique. So don't ever let a person make you feel bad about who you are or what you does. So I'm fixing to, I did share it out, so I tagged him in this live stream. Y'all have to excuse me sniffing, so y'all might hear me sniffing throughout the live stream. This time of year be real hard on me with this allergy, so I'm working on it because I don't want it to get too bad on me.
This hair is making me feel like a birthday girl, and it's not even my birthday yet.
Happy Friday again.
Edges already
if you've been
done.
following me, you know that I do
out.
share awareness on
Happy Friday.
You do know I share awareness on different awareness for different times of the month. This month I did touch on IBS, stress awareness. So I've been sharing different things on awareness for April. So May coming up, I'll be sharing some different things. And also I want to shout out to everybody that did the pineapple water this week. We was able to finish the pineapple water challenge. And I did end up doing my cardio this week. I end that this week. I'll start back up on Monday. And our challenge for next week will be salad of the day. You can eat any type of salad of your choice for 5 days. And that'll wrap up the challenges for right now. Will start back up in June. This right here. Hopefully Joshua will come through and share. Well, he has shared me out. If anybody's on the other channel, please be respectful. I do have both of my channels running, and about a new coming through, please be respectful to me or anyone I have on my panel. And I'm going to get into some of the things that I already had went over about autism awareness. Like I said, this is a touchy subject. I does have relatives that live with autism, and I have cared for some with it also. And it's not easy, but it's manageable. And I love my loved ones, and I do all I can to help them. And I try to make them feel and let them know that they are important and that they are not out here alone dealing with this. There are a lot of people who have graduated, went on, and had lives and careers that have had autism. You know, it don't stop you from doing what you want to do. It's all up to you if you want to let it.
if you let it stop you. If you're capable of doing some things and having a career or having a life, do that. And I'm gonna, when I do introduce Joshua, I will be just sharing some things that I have seen him do, and it's very impressive about the things he have did on his YouTube channel. So I'm gonna get into mm, put my tell everybody hello. And if you're looking for any type of merch, I do have different types of awareness merch available. I know it's Friday. Some of y'all probably working or you probably doing your own thing. Hope everybody's having a good day and have a great weekend. How you been doing, Glenn? Happy Friday. Do you know anybody that have autism, or do you have any relatives or friends that have autism, and how do you feel about it? Do you help them, or do and over here, one thing I want to say about my channel, we do not judge anyone over here. No one be judged about anything that they have done or overcome or anything like that. Some of the things that they're challenging with. Because I have challenges myself, and I work toward trying to get better at some of those things. So just know that you are not alone out here. If you are going through any type of spectrum or anything, or if you got relatives that have autism, keep them encouraged, and keep yourself encouraged. Let them know that there are millions of people out here in the world that are dealing with autism, but it doesn't end there. You still can have a life. I got this peppermint can in my mouth. I've been working on this cold, Glenn. I got me some tea here. So I'm just thinking, hey, Joshua, you're here. Let me know when you're ready to get on the panel, okay? I'm going to give you the link, but come up whenever you. Let me see, make sure I got the link. If you're ready to come up, just give me a thumbs up and I'll introduce you. And Joshua, you can share this live out. You can share it where, I think it's a way you can share it where that your people can see the live. I forgot how they do it, but on StreamYard, you can share it where your audience will be able to see the live also. So whenever you get ready, give me a thumbs up. I'm gonna introduce you to everyone. And for Forrest, what I have seen and been around you these last couple of years, I really do think you are an intelligent young man, and proud of you. Some of the things that you're doing on your channel. Just let me know when you're ready. I'll give you the link. But today, my special guest is Joshua Graham, and I'm just going to share some of the things that I have learned to know about Joshua, some of the things that I see he have done since he has been on these YouTube streets. He is an inspiration. I'm just let me know when you're ready, and I'll drop the link for you. This young man, I don't know how did he end up in my chat, but one day he came in my chat. He connected with me. And this happened over a year ago when Joshua started coming to my channel. He would always come over and support. And, I was getting to know who Joshua Graham is. And, once he was coming to the chat, He is nice. He's a nice person. He loves people and he loves to help people. And he shared a lot of things for autism awareness, also because he has autism. And on his channel, you'll see he has grown. You know, I can remember when he was trying to get where he at now. He was working so hard trying to get those 1,000 and 2,000. And I see he's at 4,000 on his channel. He's a young man that like to show his fitness. He be out with his friends. He be on pictures with his parents. A very nice, friendly guy, young man. He have been working on his wellness journey with his fitness, with his weight, and I have seen some of his transformation. Yeah, I have seen some of his transformation from last year. He have been doing pretty good. And one thing I noticed about Joshua, he don't let having autism define the type of person he is and the type of person that he's aiming to be. So I'm proud of Joshua. He just feel like a son to me, you know. Like I said, I have met him a couple of years ago. He always come over and he said, I love you, Georgia girl. He'll put in the chat, I love you, Georgia girl. You know, I'm like, wow, thank you, Joshua. He always say nice and kind things to me. And I see him started doing some live streams because I haven't been seeing him do live stream, but I think I have caught a couple of them. He's still learning with that, but he's still doing good. But if you go to his channel, you'll see where he does a lot of shorts. He started doing live stream, but he's a very people person. He's a people person, and he don't mind helping others. So Joshua, whenever you get ready to come over, Joshua will be receiving a gift from my shop. I will be giving away a bag, and the bag that I'll be giving away, you can put it on your back. You can put your, like I know you do walking and you be out there doing your exercises. You can wear this bag on your back, or you can have it toting it while you're doing your fitness. So I'm going to put the bag in the chat. I have blue or green or beige. You have to pick out what color that you want. Only thing I would have to do is get your address where I'm able to send your gift. I have had people coming on as guests, and I always give my guests a complimentary gift from my shop. It be my own design. I just print them out, send them to my shop, and let them do the work. And if you've seen my introduction video, I had a guest over here a couple years ago, Sherry B, and her daughter, and I made sure they got some shirts. You know, each year I try to put out different types of gifts. I gave Terry, Minister Terry, he has been a guest over here twice for autism awareness. I had Young Reds over here last year. He was over here. He didn't want the gift, so Terry was able to come up. Hey, 24, are you here? Are you ready to get on the chat? If you're ready to come up, let me know. If anybody else have autism that want to come up today and share something about themselves, because this month will be winding down. So this probably the last live stream I do on autism for this month. Even though Joshua is my guest, but if anybody else want to come up and share how they are living with autism, we'd love to hear from you. This actually is my third commentary on this. I think I had did a couple of videos on it. Every year I'm sharing information about autism. So I have the bags, the green ones or the blue ones. So he have to choose which bag he wants. You can carry those bags on your back. They're like little backpacks. So Joshua, where are you, Joshua? But other than that, I'm doing okay trying to manage this allergy. Ooh, it's been kicking my butt. But overall, I have had a good week. I just, who is that? Oh, that's me. Overall, I've been having a pretty good week. I've been doing my cardios all week. My body is getting accustomed to the things that I'm doing, the changes I'm making. So been getting some pretty good results medical wise. So they let me know that I'm doing something right. I could come on and do a few minutes of them and share about how they make me feel. Body been going through soreness, but other than that, I'm doing great. So I will let him choose which bag he wants once he once we finish the show. So these are the bags that I'll be giving away. These right here are like bags you put on your back. You got the drawstring, so he can choose whether he want the green or blue one. So Joshua, I'm gonna drop the link in the chat, and if you're ready to come up, I'd love to have you. So this is what you'll receive. You will have to send me your address. You can send it through email or you could text it to me. And once I send you your gift, let me know that you have received it. So I'm just going to talk a little bit more to Joshua get on the panel. So I'm going to put the link in the chat, Joshua. You came in, but you left. I don't know if you're busy right now. But whenever you get ready, Joshua, this is the link. I don't just like to put the link in the chat like that because after I got palm bombed that day, I'd be skeptical about putting people on my panel. I have to look you up to see if you legit. You know what I mean? Because I ain't got time to be getting palm bombed. It's true. I don't want to see that today. Not on nobody else. So I went, I didn't go direct with the stream today. I just did it the regular way. That's where you'll be able to click on the link. Okay. So wait a minute. I'm trying to put the link in the chat. But if anybody else wants to got something they want to share about autism, whether you have autism or whether you got a family member, or you know someone, and how are they managing to have it? Like I said, I have loved ones. That is my link, Joshua. Let me know if you got it. Because I don't be want anybody to come up here because I learned my lesson a long time ago. I have to check people out before they come on my panel because I don't need to see nobody naked body. No, Glenn. Yeah, Glenn. Somebody came up here. I thought they was like one of my regular subscribers, right? They come up here showing hanging all out. That just messed me up. How can you come out live? Because it messed me up. But of course, I have on my awareness shirt. I have one for breast cancer, IBS, mental health. I got a shirt for a lot of awareness. So these roses are for everybody that's coming through. Joshua, if you in the chat or as you coming back, get the link. Trying to see if he said anything. Only thing he said was, hey. But let me get into some of this right here. Maybe he'll come right through. When I get people to come on a panel, I'll be trying to make sure we agree with the time and, things like that. We can go on and have the live going. I know he told me the timing was okay. Maybe he'll be back in a little bit. But anyway, we're going to get into this. Everything we need to know about autism. Everything we need to know about autism. Excuse me. So the first thing is, what is autism? Autism is spectrum disorder, ASD, is a neurodevelopment difference that affects how a person communicates, interacts, learn, and experience the world. Autism is a spectrum. Every autistic person is unique. Like I said, I have relatives, close relatives, nephews, cousins that are on this spectrum, but they are very intelligent. They then went on to graduate. They're going on with their lives, Like I said, it's different spectrums you be on, and it's challenging, but you're where you're able to live. And right here they say it is not a disability. It is a different ability. Different, not less. Neurodiversity is something to celebrate. Strengths may include attention to detail. Some of them have attention, can't really focus on some of the things that you might focus on, like their attention is just not right on. But in a word, you might bring up something they might not be aware of, or they don't know too much about. They said deep focus and dedication. That means sometimes they might not really be focusing on the topic you're talking about, or they might have their own ways of communicating to you. Like some don't really hold conversations with you. They might speak on things, but you don't be just like on what you're particularly talking about. Problem solving. Some have issues with problem solving, and some do good with problem solving. You never know what a person's ability to do unless you have been around some. And I see my nephew, he is so smart. He's good at problem solving. He will make something out of those little Lego things. He make little animals and those other little twister things. He make little bracelets out of. He's real smart with his hands and very creative. Honesty and loyalty. These are just some of the strengths that you see that people on this spectrum go through. Attention to detail, deep focus, dedication, problem solving, honesty and loyalty, creativity, and unique thinking. They are very unique in their own way. So over here on my channel, we don't judge no one that's on this spectrum. We can learn from them. We really can. So the next thing is challenges may include social communication, understanding social cues, and conversation can be very hard. Like I said, some be where they can't even speak. Some have nonverbal, but there are ways that they can be able to communicate you through hand language or showing you things that they want. You can communicate with them in that way. Sensory and sensitivity. Light, sounds, texture, taste, or smell may feel intense. Hey, Miss Key, how you doing? Joshua came through, but he left. I'm trying to see if he gonna come on the panel. I have a link. How your day been going? And I was just going over some things about everything you need to know. This allergy, it's been killing me. Woo. I had a rough morning this morning. Lord knows I did the little cardio. I went through them so fast. And woo, I got to get through this right here. So right now I'm drinking some honey lemon tea. Trying to open up my nose a little bit more. But these are some of the challenges that people that's on the spectrum have. They have social communication, understanding social cues, and conversation can be hard. Sensory sensitivities. The lights will bother them, the loud noises, textures, like different texture of food. Because I noticed my cousin like certain foods, like for instance, when my granddaughter be messing with that, what is that stuff? That slime. My nephew, he don't like the way it feel. I don't like the way that stuff feel. Because my granddaughter get that slime and make it up. Then she try to put it on you. I'm like, I don't even like the way the texture of it. It just be feeling so yicky and wet and sticky. See, people on the spectrum, they don't like different textures. There's certain textures of materials, certain smells, certain foods. You know, they have their own way of, they have their own abilities of things that they like, Yeah, that's, yeah. She loved her something. And then the other day when I was with her, it was some little toy. I told her I'd get it when I come back up there. Some little thing she keep worrying me about. It's some kind of little ball. I'm like, what is that? My granddaughter, she loves swishy stuff. She loves to be, I can't stand that slime. That's the worst thing that people should have made for kids. And then one of my older granddaughters, she was learning how to make they know how to make the slime. They would get your dish detergent and different stuff. I seen them one day just mixing up dish detergent. They had some more stuff. I said, y'all don't stop wasting that dish detergent. Now they know how to make the slime. So that's those textures like that. I can't stand that. So those are just some of the things like the loud noises, if it be real bright lights and stuff, they can't. People on the spectrum don't like that kind of stuff either. They are unique. They have their own ways of expressing things about how they feel. Okay, the next thing is need for routine. Changes can be overwhelming, particularly predictably brings comfort. You know, they have their ways of doing things every day. They might do the same thing every day. You know, they might want to watch the same pictures. They might want to play with the same toys. They might want the same type of food, just like they have a pattern of having things that they're comfortable with that we might not be comfortable with. So needs for routine. So that's why, you know, if it's something that they do start up in the morning, for instance, they might have a certain breakfast they might want to eat, or a certain drink, or certain toy, or TV show, you know, things like that. You know, it's just like they are accustomed to the things that they're used to. So this is a learning experience for me also, to learn the different types of challenges, the experiences and things like that, you know, that you'll be able to help care for someone with autism. Okay. The need for, anxiety. Many autistic people experience anxiety more strongly. So it's saying people that's on the spectrum, the anxiety be, you know, kind of hard for them. You know, I know I got anxiety, and I know, and I'm not on the spectrum, and I know once I get overwhelmed by things, my anxiety seems to start to go up. But lately, since I've been doing my exercises and focusing more on things, you know, my anxiety is not as bad as it was after my mom died. So it's starting to get back to kind of in the range that I'm able to manage every day. But it's a challenge having anxiety. It's really, especially when you get overwhelmed or upset, or, you know, going through life crises and things like that. It's common for people with disorders like that. It's common for you to go through anxiety. So I still struggle with it. I take medicine with it, but for the past few months, you know, what I went through with losing my mom, yes, my anxiety level shot up so quick. Now I'm like kind of at an ease where I'm able to, you know, I have those days, but I'm where I'm able to function a little bit better and stay calm and don't be overwhelmed too much about a lot of things that I can't control. So what I'm going over here is just some things that from research, everything you need to know about autism. I was waiting on my guest to come. I don't know if he's not coming back. I wish he had to let me know. When he came in, he said, hey, he didn't tell me that he wasn't coming back. He was going to come in. Joshua, are you listening? I just need to know what you want to do. Do you want to come up? I dropped the link earlier. We planned this a week ago. I told you had something to do, to email me or text me and let me know that you're not able to come on the panel. But the show must go on. Okay, I'm just going over the different challenges and things like that when you are caring for someone with autism or if you have autism. So we know right now that challenges might include social communication, sensory sensitivities, need for routine, and anxiety. The next one is energy. Social situations and sensory overload can be mentally and physically tiring. What they're saying that, sometimes you have less energy when you're on the spectrum because of some of the things that you're dealing with every day. You have to find things that help build your energy, help keep you with energy. And sometimes you can be overloaded with different things, and that could wear down your energy also. Right here, they saying, how can you help someone with autism? Listen, be patient, be kind, be respectful, don't exclude. Accept differences, everyone belongs. Ask what they need, support, don't assume. And that's it. Whereas you know what? He came in and said, hey, and I ain't saying it no more. I asked him, was he ready to come up? I left a message on one of his videos. If I had to go and see, because he was like, yeah, I'm going to come up, So I'm just going over some things until he come back. I'm going to have to go find one of his videos and see if he coming. Because he never did send me an email. So right here, like I said, this is some ways if you want to know how you can help someone with autism. Listen, be patient. And we have to be patient. I know a lot of times we feel like we can rush with things, but we can't. I know my relatives be having those tantrums. When things don't go their way, they have those little tantrums. And you have to be patient with them. You have to be patient, but make sure they doing things to help them, not hurt them. What else? Be kind. Always be kind, because you don't know what a person is going through. You don't know, especially when they're young, they have to go to school and they have to be around other kids. We don't know. Some kids tend to bully children with going through things like that. They try to make them feel bad about what they're going through, but they are human beings. They're just a little different. They have their own ways of communicating. Some don't communicate at all, but they have to figure out a way with support and with family to be able to manage day by day in this cruel world out here. It's sad when people try to attack children that are on the spectrum. They're just born into this world. They didn't ask to be. They were just born into this world. Hey, bruh, how you doing? They don't ask to be born. They don't ask to be coming in this world like this. This is how they're born. That's why we should be kind. You doing okay? Good to see you. I seen Brun out there walking that morning. You must be at work. That's my baby brother right there. I'm just talking about autism awareness. And like I said, don't judge people that are autistic because they can teach you something. I think they are smart and very intelligent, smart and unique in their own way. Is you my little baby brother? Have you changed your I think that's you. You never did have a picture up there. But I was just going over some things that to help someone that's have to care for someone with autism and for someone that's going through autism. I was hoping my guests come back so they can share some things that they have challenges with. I don't know if he's busy. His name is Joshua Graham. I'm going to try to go over here to his video in a few minutes and see what he wants to do. But just be kind, y'all. So I just went over the challenges that what they deal with every day and things that you can help them with. Be kind. Include, try to make a person, don't exclude a person with autism. Now, just for instance, if you got all the kids together and you say, well, we're going to do a game, and this is a child there that can't do the game, try to do a game where you feel that will benefit everyone. Never single out someone because they have autism or because they have a type of disability. Have it where everybody's comfortable with the game and make sure that everybody be treated fair. And that's what it is. Treat everybody fair. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Don't never single out a person with autism because it's a lot that they're dealing with as it is, but they don't want nobody to define them because they're on the spectrum. Like I said, there are stars out there that got autism that we didn't even know that are dealing with autism, but still went on to have professional careers and went on to school and was able to do the things they like to do. That's what I'm going to share about what stars or people that deal with autism that you didn't even know. Like a guy came up like, you ready, Joshua? You ready for the link? I'm going to drop the link again, Joshua. I'm going to introduce my guest again. His name is Joshua Graham, and he will tell you where you can find him at. And I like to hear from people that really living through autism and things like that. Hey, Joshua, go up on the panel. I'm going to drop the link again, Joshua. Because we're almost into an hour already and you haven't came up. Now, if you're busy, I understand. Because I know, like I said, you've been doing your channel. And that's why I was trying to pick a time where, that you can take time. You don't have to be up for that long. Just talk for a little bit, share some things with us. And then, you can get down. You have been on here before, but this will be your first time as a guest. And I also will be giving you a gift. Anybody that's a guest that come up and share, I try to share, give you awareness merch. I'll be giving away a bag today, a bag where you can put on the back of your back while you're probably doing your doing your exercise. You can use it while you're walking. Because I know you do a lot of fitness. Try to put this link back in here. That's the link right there, Joshua. If you're going to come up, hit the link. But this is what I'll be giving you today. You just got to tell me what color you want. I got green. and I got blue. And these bags here, you can tote on your bag. You can put like your water bottle in here. You can put a towel. You probably can put you some snacks in here since you be outside a lot. So you have to tell me what color that you want, blue or green. Only thing I would need is your address. You have to text me your address or email it to me. You're coming in the chat, Joshua, but if you're going to come on the panel, let me know now. And I was just going on some challenges and different things about autism. I try to keep myself educated about it because I do have relatives, like I said, close relatives. You know, I don't have to reveal who they are unless my family members want me to. That's one thing. I try to respect people's privacy. Just know they're a close kin to me, and I'm learning to take care of someone with it. So we're showing some love for people with autism today. If you got a blue heart on your phone, those blue hearts represent autism. I have on a green shirt, but I do have the blue, the puzzle, the puzzle graphic on the front. Or you can put the puzzles in there. Joshua, where are you, Joshua? You're in and out. I'm just trying to see if you're going to come on. Let me go to your channel, Joshua. Now, when I have guests over, you either going to come in and say, I'm ready, or I'm doing something else. Maybe I do it another day. But don't come in and leave. Just let me know what your plans are now. Let's see. Go to your channel now. Or leave another message. Did he say anything when he came in, Miss Key? What did he say? If you got something else to do, Joshua, just let me know. Because I could have had someone else up here or... But get back to what I was going to finish this right here. I'm going to give Joshua a few more minutes and see what he's going to do. But welcome in. If you're watching from the bushes, happy Friday. This is Autism Awareness, and I've just been going on the different challenges and how to care and what to expect from someone with autism. Don't judge a person because you might think that they are different. They are different in their own way. They are unique in their own way. He just said, Lord Jesus. Joshua, I'm gonna get you. I love you too, Joshua, but if you're coming on the panel, come on now. But like I said, I've been learning for the past couple of years about autism myself. You know, we hear things about autism, but until you can be around someone daily or care for someone with it, you'll know the difference then. I mean, you can see from the outside, but unless you right there with someone with it and you know their uniques and the things about what they like and what they don't like. And I thought I had charged my computer up. Lord Jesus. Let me hurry with the charge on him for this computer blank out. Let's didn't go in good. But it's good to keep yourself educated on different awareness and things like that, because you never know that you can help someone. And by sharing what you go through is also, it's an inspiration to help others also. Because you never know what a person could be going through. So I'm gonna finish going over these challenges and things that is good to know about autism. I guess he was busy, but I wish he had let me know that he wasn't going to be able to come. I think it's, yeah, kind of looked like one, yeah. I don't know if he busy. He should let me know. He should let me know ahead of time or whatever. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. So right here, I'm still sharing everything we need to know about autism. So right here, they said words do matter. Hey, One Craft, how are you doing? Good to see you. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I'm trying to finish up this autism awareness series. My guest supposed to be Joshua. He didn't came in, but he haven't came on the panel. And so I'm just trying to see is he still coming up. So in the meanwhile, I've just been sharing some different things about everything you need to know about autism. This is for educational entertainment purposes only. It is not here to digest or advise or suggest any type of treatment for anybody that's on autism. Welcome in, welcome in. My show was supposed to be about how do you feel? What are your challenges when you're living with autism or caring for someone with autism? Like I said, I have close relatives that I have to be around daily, and it has been challenging, but it's like I said, we don't judge people over here. We don't judge no one for what they're going through, because people with autism, they are unique, they are intelligent in their own way. Happy Friday, pre-retirement. Good to see you. And shout out to everybody that did the Pineapple Water Challenge this week. We did finish it this week. I think you all did good. And if y'all were like me, that pineapple water, it was a blessing, especially when you feel bloated. It was good for that for me this week. You know, it helped you detox and it helped you get back on track. So I like to drink pineapple water, but it also helped with inflammation. So next week is the last challenge we're going to do we'll start back up in June. Next week, it'll be salad of the day. Whatever type of salad of your choice, whether it's vegetable salad, whether it's a fruit salad, whatever type of salad of your choice or what you want. Hey, Louis, how you doing? Good to see you. That's what we'll be doing 5 days of salads. Cold salad, hot salad, whatever salad you want. Where's Joshua at? Is he in the chat? I done dropped the link by 2 times. Joshua, you playing now. If you're going to come on the panel, come on. You been doing all right, Louis? Happy Friday, guys. I haven't been on YouTube for a couple of days. Oh, you haven't? I hope everything is okay. This allergy been kicking my butt all day, y'all. Woo. I've been sniffing. I've been sneezing. I done had to deal with it. Oh, Jesus. I done had some tea today. I done had to take some allergy medicine. I went out that door. Lord knows. I love the sunshine. I love this type of year, but it don't agree with me because it been kicking my butt these last couple of days. But I said, Lord, I said, I want to go on and do this show today with Joshua. Joshua came here 2 times and they ain't asked for the link. So I don't know if he's going to come up, but I just was sharing some more information about it. Because we had the conversation of him coming up. He said he was going to do his show. So I don't know what happened. Did something come up for him? I wish he had let me know when he came in that he wasn't going to be able to come on. I've been pretty good, been getting a lot of information on the. Yeah, I know you told me you was going to be. Did you send me the information about the trial? Did you send me the information about the trial? Did you email me? But it's good to see everyone. And do y'all have relatives or do y'all know someone that is on the spectrum? Or do y'all care for anybody that's on the spectrum? You know, I was just trying to get some information about how are y'all managing to care for someone that's on the spectrum. Like I said, I be around my relatives every day or whenever I be around them. You know, it's challenging, especially when they are not verbal. You know, you got to learn to be able to do some of the things, but you have to understand, got to be able to understand some of the things that they like and what they don't like, because by them being nonverbal, it's challenging, but they are unique and they are kind in their own way. Okay, I got to check it out, Luz. I've been pretty good. I have been pretty good, been getting a lot of information on this. Oh, you have? What she said, I've been doing good. Thank God we made it safely. Okay, Savannah, Georgia. Okay, you ain't that far from me then, girl. You ain't that far from me if you down there in Savannah. Okay. Well, a couple hours from me. All right. Y'all be safe down there. Have fun, enjoy, relax, do what you have to do. And thank you for popping in. I appreciate you, girl. Y'all don't forget to check out my girl, One Craft. And them strawberries that came up there. She been over there planting them strawberries. And she been planting her plants. Honey, very smart doing that because stuff is so high. People are growing their own vegetables and fruits and stuff. Very smart. I'll send it to you again before I said, okay, I got to go through my emails. I be getting so many emails sometimes. Sometimes they're not going through. But, yes, the strawberry. Wow. I'm sure they did. We have One Crafty Sister here. We have Lewis. We also have Miss Key. She's my member. She's the one that helped me get the challenges together and stuff like that. She's just like my right hand. She try to keep me up to date on a lot of stuff. The one thing about Miss Key, she know a lot when it comes down to these, how to do these channels. But when I first started trying to go live and do a lot of stuff, that young lady helped me out a whole lot, trying to figure out this StreamYard and everything. So she's a good help to me. I appreciate her so much. But I don't know what happened to my guest. His name was Joshua Graham. He done came in here 2 times, but he ain't hit that link. So I don't know, did he have anything to do? But my show still must go on. I was just going over the different types of challenges with autism. And like I said, being around close relatives but have this, it's not easy. But one thing we must remember, we have to be patient. You got to be patient with, especially when they're children. You have to be patient with children that's on the spectrum because, we ain't going to say that. We can't say, if you were to say a child is different, look at it that their abilities to do things are different than others. You see what I'm saying? But never judge no one for what they're going through. And I don't. I'm learning a lot and I'm living through it. that you can do whatever you want to do when you put your mind to it. As long as you keep God first in your life, you can accomplish anything that you want to do. Like me, doing those cardios. I know a couple of years ago, you wouldn't have probably caught me doing that. I would tell Miss Key when I was doing the high knees, even though I don't do but a couple of, when I do my thing, I do a few, a little this, a little that, because I know my body. I know what I go through dealing with pain and stuff. So y'all see me, I don't try to be like I'm on a marathon. My speed have picked up. And when I finish, if I feel like I'm in pain, I'm going to take my medication. But I know a few years ago that I didn't have the confidence to do the things that I'm doing now. But I know through prayer and putting God first, and like I said, what I do is therapy for me. What I do when I do my exercises it help me with my anxiety, my blood pressure, trying to burn calories. It helps. It's just like therapy. It's just like, because I lost my mom, and one time I felt like I just don't want to. Because one time I thought I wasn't even going to continue my channel. Because that's just how I felt. I just felt like, I don't know if I want to come back on YouTube because I'm feeling this way, I'm feeling that way. And, I just said, Lord, just give me the strength. I said, because I don't have the biggest crowd over here, but the little people that come over here, they seem to enjoy some of the things that I do. So that gives me the motivation to keep doing the things. And I said, my mom won't want me being here just being sad all the time. She would want me to continue to focus on what makes me happy. And so I said, I had to shake that devil off. I said, look, you ain't going to win. Yes, my mom gone. But mentally, physically, I had to get myself on the track that I need to be on for me to be able to have the confidence and the courage to do some of the things I do. And I just want to thank the people that do tune in. Y'all inspire me to keep going. When I have people coming in my comments, y'all leave genuine comment. When you tell me, look, you're doing a good job, I like what you're doing. We encourage, it keep me motivated, and we piggyback off each other, some of the things that we see. I like seeing other people doing what they love to do. If you like gardening and you want to show the world, why not? If you like working on your channel, doing the things to make your channel be better at what you do what you love to do. Never let another person make you feel about who you are or what you're trying to accomplish in your life. And I also posted a trial for today on my, okay, I'm going to check it out. I love you too. I love y'all too. I appreciate each and every one. I got my guys over here like Lewis, Frank, Glenn. There's another guy come over here all the time, Vince, Kenneth. I have a lot of guys that come over here, I sent you information on Instagram about the father who, oh yeah, girl. I didn't see it, but I seen it, girl. Ooh, child. I shared it on what they call it? TikTok. Girl. That was awful. Y'all hear me? Just for one person that got to endure, they got to mourn their 7 children, y'all. That was so sick of that man. Thanks. I needed to connect with Miss Key. I have a question about StreamYard. I enjoy your channel. Thank you. Yeah, she could tell you, honey. Honey, I used to be lost with this night box. She the one here got me. I'm old school. And I'm telling you, I told Miss Key, I said, I ain't computer savvy, but I'm learning. She helped me start my night box up. I mean, I told her, she had a patience. I had to figure out, and I learned how to do it after she showed me. And And sometimes Nightbot be making me mad. But thank you, One Craft. I'm gonna look at it. But yeah, I seen that crazy man killed all his kids, and he killed his nephew. Girl, it just got all over me. I supposed to been talked about it on the channel. I might talk about it probably Sunday. Or let's see. My dad's coming home. So I've been these last few days, I've been doing personal stuff with family. You know, I said I'm gonna come live today because I thought Joshua was gonna be my guest. So I'm gonna take Joshua off my thumbnail. He came in, y'all. Joshua left. He didn't tell me he wasn't coming back. He didn't ask me for the panel. I asked him last week was he was gonna be able to come up. I don't know if something came up at the last minute, but Joshua, I was looking for you to come on the show today. Next week I'll be getting ready to talk about some more stuff. I want to try to end autism awareness today. But like I said, Joshua's a pretty, decent guy. I met him over a couple years ago. He already had shared with me he was autistic, but he does a lot of different things on his channel, and y'all can check him out. But I like to hear things from people's own mouth. I don't want to like to say he got this going on or that. When you come up and share things, we want to hear it from you. I know he's autism, like Young Riz, he came up and shared for autism last year. Minister Terry Jones, he done been on twice talking about autism. I know some people are not comfortable sharing about their journeys and histories and things like that, and I understand that. But I wish Joshua much success. I really do. He came in and told me he loved me. And okay, Joshua, I guess he wasn't ready to come on camera. I mean, would he be on camera, his channel? But some people don't feel comfortable sharing their, and I don't want no one to never feel like you're being pressured to come on my panel to share your history about anything. As long as you're comfortable sharing, I have to respect that. And if you don't, I still respect that. I'm going to stop these folks. These booty bill collectors get on my nerve. Yeah, I got a doctor appointment tomorrow. They reminded me of my eye appointment tomorrow. I got an eye appointment at 12:30. That's pretty. You asking Miss Keesaw? Okay, what did you asking her? Yeah, she will, she have packages where you can join her, she have like small fees if you want to know. She have it where she can show you things. She got like a little business with it, and you pay a little small fee and she can go through different steps with you and stuff. We all out here trying to do what we got to do to survive, That's pretty simple. All you have to do is go on Canva and create your background thumbnail. Okay. Oh, you telling about, I missed the question she was asking you. But let me finish up this, everything you need to know about autism. I'm just about finished with it, because I was just going through, and I'm glad I was able to meet you too, Minecraft. I don't know how we end up connecting. I don't know if you came in my chat one day, but I'm glad that we was able to connect. Like I said, this is not a disability. It's just a different ability, because like I said, there have been people that's went on with their lives to have careers and things like that with autism. So right here, they said words matter. And a lot of people don't know words can hurt someone's feelings. You know how they used to say sticks and stone might break my bones, but words would never hurt me. It's certain things that people say to people, and it will. So y'all can see me now, right? Because I was at the bottom. Words do hurt. And that's one thing I don't like. I don't want nobody to hurt my feelings, and I don't want to hurt theirs. You see what I'm saying? But words do hurt, especially if someone make you feel a certain way. You can hurt somebody with your words, and they call that cyberbullying, or it's another form of bullying. So right here, they said words matter. These are some of the things that, people gonna do and how they want, and they're gonna treat people the way they want to treat them. But you should remember to treat people the way you want to be treated. So these are some words that you shouldn't say to someone. These are some words you should say to someone that have autism. And I'm also going to share some words that you shouldn't say. Okay, thanks. I will try. I have never gone live. Oh, you haven't? I have never gone live on my channel, so I'm nervous. And you and Georgia girl are amazing on your channel. Thank you, and you are too. I was nervous at first too, but I like to talk, so I said, well, I had to learn though. I had to learn to make sure the camera was right. I was right, because the camera pick up a lot of stuff. And if you don't want to show nothing in your house, put your background back there. You see, I be putting those backgrounds back there, because nobody really got no business knowing what's going on in your household unless you want them to know. You see what I'm saying? Now, when I be doing my little exercise, I got this little room. This is just a little room my husband put together for me. And he said, that's your room right now. I got everything I need. When I need my tea, I got my tea thing right here. I got everything I need. Like this room is my little workstation. When I be drinking my pineapple water, I got my glasses. I got everything I need. The only thing I don't have in this room is the bathroom. I have to go out to another. See, they tell my hubby like, them children be talking about, you loud, grandma. You gotta go back there. You gotta go back there. I said, well, I can't help them loud. Yeah, so I got it where everything, because I got my plugs. I got my little, with my tea. All I gotta do is plug it up. And if I want to snack on some or whatever, I have my little cooler. I got it where just so I don't even have to move unless I go to the bathroom. Yeah, but I'm glad I was able to meet you, One Crab. I think you just came in my chat one day, or I don't know, but I see you been around. I see you have been connected with some people that I'm connected to. So I think you are a very inspiring person. You get out there. I mean, you get out there and do your guard, and you have been involved with the challenges and everything. And we appreciate you. That doing the challenges, not just for you, it's for to network and where people are able to pick up on some of the things that you like to do, and you never know who you might be inspiring out here. So that's basically what I'm about over here, uplifting and not tearing down. So if you don't know me, that's what the kind of person I am, And I try to do things that gonna benefit myself along with others. So Ray, I'm gonna wrap this up. I don't know what happened to Joshua. He had my email. And I don't know if he had my phone on, but it was a way he could have let me know what was going on. But unless something just came up today. So these are some words that matter. You could, some people feel like they can say anything to you and feel like that you won't get offended or something that make another person feel bad. So right here, they just say this to an autistic person. A person with autism, please be patient. What can I do to help? Because you never know what a person, what they're going through dealing with this kind of spectrum. Like I said, with the kids, I sympathize because there are children that are not verbal. And you have to be where you're able to communicate with them. Thank you so much. I enjoyed the challenge. It's gotta go. You have fun where you at, okay? Y'all have a good weekend also. And I gotta go back over there and see them strawberries. I know you're gonna make some smoothie with them, right? You enjoy your weekend too. And let's continue to support each other the best way we can. Y'all be safe and have fun down there. So yes, ask a person that's on the spectrum, what can I do to help you? Don't try to tear them down, because you feel like they can't do some of the things that you're doing. Like I said, how some children can be mean to other children, and it all come back to how you raise your children. You need to talk to your kids, respect people, respect them, respect people's boundaries, respect and be careful how you treat others. And they say, instead of saying things like this, high functioning, low functioning, they're autistic, what's wrong with you? Like some people be wondering, what's wrong with that child? Like I said, if you have not taken care of one with autism, or been around a child or a person that's going through it every day, if you don't know the shoes that these people that have to walk in those shoes having this spectrum, you can't speak on it. You can't judge another person for what they're going through if you have not walked their shoes. So this right here is just kind of like education for myself and to help others. Never judge a person about something you don't know nothing about. We have to learn and educate ourselves more and more every day about these type of awareness and things. And that's what my channel for. I have my panel open for people to come up and share. Because like I said, I like to hear from people's own mouths about their journeys and their testimonials and things like that. Okay, Louis, I'm going to get ready to wrap this up. I was trying to wait around on Joshua. It's been an hour. He came through, but he didn't never tell me he wanted to be on the panel. So I'm going to wait a few more minutes. Because this show finna be wrapped up. Because like I said, I feel a little better than I was earlier because I was kind of skeptical about coming on. Because I told Miss Key, I said, ooh, this allergy killing me. And I'm thinking he's going to come on, but I guess he had something else to do. So right here it said, see the person. See the person for who they are, not just their diagnosis. And that's what I say. You can't judge a person by the way they react or look. You need to get to know people. Get to know people and see who they are. Know what a person is going through daily before you can sit back and say, well, it don't look like something wrong, but you don't know what a person had to go through. I don't have autism, but I do have other issues. And I have had people come on to me and say, well, I didn't know you was dealing with this, or wow, you don't look like you dealing with that. See, that's just the thing. People don't know what people are dealing with because you're looking at people from the outside. That's why it's not good to judge no one. Be kind, be respectful. Because you don't know what it takes for a person to get out of bed every morning. You don't know what it takes for them to go. You don't know what it takes for them to go to bed at night. There are a lot of people out here struggling. I have my mobility issues, but there are some people that can't do what I'm doing. And that is the biggest thing we have to deal with. You never know what another person is going through unless you have walked their shoes. So I salute any parents, any caregivers, anyone that is there to take care of a person with autism. I salute you today. I salute you for the work that you're putting effort in trying to help someone to able to overcome some of their challenges. There are some children that don't do some of the things that other children do, but you can't judge them for the way they was born. And there are programs, there are ways to help, therapy and things like that to help with someone that's going through this. there are ways that you can help at home. And if you got a child or a loved one that's dealing with autism, you got to be patient. That's the main thing, is being patient. Don't try to make that person feel bad. Like I made an example, like the children, some children like to play outside sports, and there might be some that are not able to play those sports. Do some things that gonna be helpful to everyone. Be fair, be patient, treat everybody the way you would want to be treated. That's the bottom line. Let's see here. So this right here said, remember, autistic people exist in every community. Support, acceptance all year long. Not just like this month is Autism Awareness Month, but you can support people all year long. You can support people all year long. You don't have to just wait until April to say you want to wear this shirt. You can just get the, if you want to honor someone with awareness, what got autism. Like me, I have merch available. Anybody that wants to get in there, you can get it all year long. Give people their flowers. Give people their flowers every day if you're able to do so. Cause the way things are now, y'all, tomorrow, today is not promised. And tomorrow is not promised either. We got to live for today because tomorrow is not promised. Take one day at a time, do what you're able to do, and when you can do it. So right here, this is small actions create a big impact. It can be the littlest things you do for people that would make their day. It can be the littlest thing that will make a person's day. Together, we can build a more exclusive world, and that's true. Over here, we like to uplift and not tear down. So these are just some of the things I just went over today. Different mind, unique strength, but one world. And that's true. But main thing, people want to be accepted. They want to belong. And don't never make another person feel like they don't belong. Don't characterize or don't define a person because they're not talking or living the way you're living, or don't judge them. They was born that way. But like I said, things are so progressive now. It's not a cure for autism, but they find ways to help families and caregivers and people that deal with ways to help them being able to function more, especially the ones that are not nonverbal. They found you can get things where you're able to communicate the best way you can. They got computers, they got ways that you can communicate with others, hand sign languages, that's what they have to take. Well, there's ways that you can help someone, but never define them. But one thing I want to go over before I leave, I was trying to go over people that is in entertainment that got autism that you didn't even know. Let me share with y'all. So I had to make this out to be commentary since I didn't have a guest. So my guests came in, but they didn't never say they want to be on the panel. So I assumed that maybe they wasn't able to come. So it's all good. Okay. Celebrities. I'm gonna change my thumbnail since he was not able to come. Okay, these are some of the stars. Nice. I'm finished talk about or share the names of stars and actors and performers that have autism that went on to have normal lives. They got education, they went on with their schooling and their performance. Anthony Hopkins. I'm sure everybody know who Anthony Hopkins is. He's an actor. He have been on different types of movies. I seen him in several action movies and drama movies. And he was diagnosed with autism in his late 70s. Some people get diagnosed with autism at early age late. They said at least up to 18 to 2 years old, that's when they start noticing the signs of autism. But Anthony Hopkins, he got diagnosed in his late 70s. You know, he been on different movies and stuff. Let me tell y'all one of the movies he played in. Maybe y'all be familiar with him. He played in a scary like movie. Oh yeah, The Signs of the Lamb. Anthony Hopkins played in The Signs of the Lamb, Humble, Humble and Sounds of the Lamb. Those was kind of like thriller movies, but Anthony Hopkins was diagnosed at 70 years old that he had autism, and he seemed to have had a career for decades. So you still can have careers, you still can enjoy your life, even being on the spectrum. So I'm just naming out a few people. Daryl Hannah. She was the actress known for Splash and Kill Bill. She was diagnosed as a child. Y'all know her. She played on Kill Bill. She was the one fighting girl with the girl name. She's on the tip of my tongue now. But she's an actress. She played in Kill Bill. She was fighting. I can't think of the woman's name. But she played that movie pretty good. They said she was diagnosed as a child. Daryl Hannah. Okay, the next person is Dan Aykroyd. He's a comedian actor who credited his work on Ghostbusters to his autism. Y'all know he played on Ghostbusters, and he played on some more little shows too. He have autism. See, some of these stars here, you look at them, you would never think that they was going through it. Anthony Hopkins, Daryl Hannah, Dan Aykroyd, Bella Ramsey, The Last of Us actor who shared their diagnosis in 2025. See, a lot of people, like the people that's in show business, you don't know until they tell you that they dealing with autism, because there are different types of spectrum. These right here are actor and actress. Anthony Hopkins, Daryl Hannah, Dan Aykroyd, Bella Ramsey, Sia. Y'all know the singer Sia? Singer-songwriter who revealed her diagnosis in 2023. She the one sang that song I always play on my videos. Let me tell y'all who Sia is. Unstoppable. The one that sang the song Unstoppable, her name is Sia. She just announced that she have autism just this past year. Wow, she's an Australian singer, and I love the song that Unstoppable. I play that song a lot in my video. So she was diagnosed with autism. Okay. So this right here in 2021 is she did a movie, or she directed a movie, a musical drama film directed by singer-songwriter Sia, starring Kate Hudson, Leslie O'Donnell Jr., and Maddie Ziegler, about a newly sober woman who became the guardian of a nonverbal autistic half sister. I need to check that out. See, she directed it. It was about a girl that was nonverbal. Okay. So yes, Sia, she's a singer. She was diagnosed with autism. I just called out some stars. Either they're actress or actor. Let's see what other people is. Celebrities that is on the spectrum. Courtney Love. Wow, I didn't know that. Musician actress who mentioned a diagnosis in a 1994 interview. Y'all know who Courtney Love is, right? She's like a musician and an actress. Okay, we got Kyla Cromer. She's an actress known for Everything Gonna Be Okay. She was diagnosed with autism. Wow. Mickey Rowe. Y'all know him. He's playing a lot of those drama movies and stuff. The first autistic actor to play the lead in the curious incident of the dog in the nighttime. Okay. I know I have seen him on some action movies, some drama movies. Okay. These are some people that are in business and in the media. Elon Musk, y'all remember him, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, who are discussed his averaging diagnosed. He's autistic. He's just the one that was with Donald Trump, Elon Musk. Y'all remember him? He was the one, I don't know what he called himself done, but he was with Donald Trump at one while. And he got autism. Chris Packham, a naturalist and TV presenter, and Hergity, TV personality and professional quiz on the Chase. Alex Wyman, the first Miss America contest with autism. Wow, I didn't know that. So I'm just naming some people that's on the spectrum that is they're either an actor or actress or singer. I just named the people that is in business, politics, media. Then just found out the first Miss America contestant was autism. Wow. So there's a lot I didn't know. So they said the historical figures often cited as having the trait of autism. Albert Einstein, scientists often noted for potential autism characteristic. Wow. Charles Darwin, a naturalist. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, he's like a composer. And other notable mentions Susan Boyle, singer who rose to fame on the Britain Got Talent. Wow. So there was a lot of actors and singers, but they went on to have careers and things like that. Stephen Wiltshire, artist known for drawing detailed cityscapes from memory. So I'm saying they are so intelligent. I told my nephew I'm gonna make him famous. I'm gonna get him out there because he loved to make those characters out of those little twister. They look like Legos, but they're not Legos. They're little twister toys where you can bend and make different things. He loved to do that. Armani Williams, a NASCAR driver, he's autism. Note some such as Jerry Seinfeld have self-diagnosed with generated discussion within the community. What? Jerry Seinfeld? Wow. Didn't know that. So it's a lot of people that and Jerry Seinfeld was on TV for so long. I mean, he was a comedian, really, did a lot of stuff. So there's a lot of people that is on this spectrum that you didn't even think. Movie stars, singers, actors, business people, people in politics. But they didn't let those things define them. They probably had challenges as they got older. And like Anthony Hopkins, he just got diagnosed in his 70s. Wow. And this man put in a lot. He done played a lot of movies. So there are a lot of people that's on the spectrum. And you didn't even know it. Just because just looking at them from the outside, but you don't know what challenges they have had to deal with. That tea is seen to be working. Ooh, I was so stuffy. Trying to see if any more stars that I haven't called. So we know autism is mostly common. As autism is more common than you might know. About 1 in 36 children have autism spectrum disorder, which I have shared on the last slide. I did share the statistics. ASD, according to CDC, and the number has been steadily increasing since the ORG, started collecting data in 2000. More adults are being diagnosed with autism too. So a lot of the adults are being diagnosed later in their years, later, like when they get older. Most adults are being diagnosed with autism too. Studies have found leading to increased awareness and interest in disorder. TikTok sharing signs of autism in adults and little known symptoms rack up to millions of views. And more celebrities are starting to come forward with their own autism diagnosis for sharing their kids are on the autism spectrum. Okay. The autism spectrum disorder is a developmental disability caused by the difference in the brain, according to the CDC. There is a wide variety of signs and symptoms, including communication of interacting challenges, restricted or repetitive behaviors, or delays in language movement or learning skills. While many people with ASD are diagnosed as children, adults can be diagnosed, as you'll see with the celebs ahead. Like I said, a lot of people are finding out that they are on the spectrum, and they finding out as they get older as adults. So that's, wow, that is very interesting. Because autism exists on a spectrum, people with ASD present a wide variety of symptoms, and with more and more people being diagnosed, awareness and acceptance of ASD is more important than ever, which is why we love that these celebrities are speaking out about their experiences and bucking the lingering stigma that exists around autism. From pop star Sia, like I just told y'all, Sia, she have it, one that's saying, I'm unstoppable today. I like that song. So she has autism. Wow. From pop star like Seal to environment activist Greta Thunberg, keep reading for the stories of celebrities who are sharing their journey with autism. Like those stars, they have shared their stories about it, and you never know. You don't, I mean, just looking at a person, you don't know what a person is going through. And that's the God knows truth. These still some actors I never heard of. Tula Willis. Wow, that's Bruce Willis' daughter, ain't it? Actress Tula Willis shared her autism diagnosis in March of 2024 in a sweet, low-key Instagram caption occupying a throwback video with her dad. So this is Bruce Willis' daughter. Bruce Willis tell me you're autistic without telling me you're autistic, she wrote next to the video, which featured a young Tulu happily rubbing her dad's bald head. Oh, wow. Willis expanded on diagnosed down in the comments. When one fan asked if she was diagnosed as a child, Willis replied, actually, this is This is the first time I ever publicly shared my diagnosis. Found out this summer. It changed my life. Wow. So a lot of people don't like to talk about it, but once you share what you're going through, it's awareness. This is what it's all about, sharing awareness. So that was Bruce Willis' daughter. You know, we already talked about Sia, you know. She's the one that sang, I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable to you today. You know, there are names of people that I did share. Greta Thunberg. She's an environmental activist. Greg Thunberg shared her ASD diagnosis on social media back in 2019 as a response to relentless role attacking her action and appearance. When haters go after your looks and differences, it means they have nowhere to left go. That's true. And then you know that you're winning. Thunberg wrote on her Instagram, I have Asperger's syndrome, and that means I'm sometimes a bit different from norm, and given the right circumstance of being different is a superpower. Okay. Because you're different, that doesn't mean that you can't still be able to have a normal life. You still can go on to be, you know, when people say, what you want to be when you grow up? You know, some people that's on the spectrum, they might hesitate to figure like, well, I'm on this spectrum. I don't know what I'll be able to be. But you can be whatever you want to be. Whatever you want to be. It's just like you might have delays or you might be slower about doing things, but you're still able to do things that you want to do. I'm going to change my thumbnail. I'm just going to put on there people with, even celebrities live with autism. I'm just going to have a couple of them. Since my guest didn't show up, I have to take him off my thumbnail. So I'm just going over some of the stars. Holly Madison. Who is that? Holly Madison revealed that she received a former diagnosis as someone on the spectrum in 2021 interview on the podcast ahead of occurred. So I don't even know who this is. There's a lot of stars that you just didn't know. Susan Boyle. Susan Boyle rose to fame as a contestant on Britain Got Talent in 2009, but it wasn't until 2012 that the opera singer sensation was diagnosed with autism. So you don't have to be a child to get diagnosed with autism. You can get diagnosed with autism as you get older, as an adult. See, a lot of the actors and stuff, they didn't want people to judge them. They didn't want that to stop them from having their career. So some people would take roles and...
You say you're going tomorrow?
Yeah.
I'm
I'm gonna lie. Hold on.
I'm gonna get a truck and go see you right now.
Tell them I said, hey, I'm finna finish up this live right here. But yeah, I got a dentist appointment tomorrow at 12:30. But I'm leaving. I'm going early because Booster got a game in the morning. So these are just some of the stars, like Dan Aykroyd. Y'all know him from on Ghostbusters. He played on Ghostbusters. I think he played on different little comedian shows and stuff. He was the original Ghostbuster franchise. You know, he did several Ghostbuster shows. He found out he had Asperger in the 80s when his wife persuaded him to see a doctor. This is Dan Aykroyd I'm talking about. Said he managed his ASD pretty well, but it comes with tendency to get obsessive. One of my symptoms include my obsession with ghosts and law enforcement. Wow. I carry around a police badge with me, for example. He said, I became obsessed by hand holds of the greatest ghost hunter ever. That's when the idea of my film Ghostbuster was born. Okay. And of course, I was talking about Anthony Hopkins. He played in Signs of the Lamb. He was diagnosed at 80 years old. Wow. He played in several movies like The Desert Sun. He was been in different types of movies. Hannibal, though I know him as Hannibal in Signs of the Lamb. So there are several stars like Courtney Love. Courtney Love had publicly spoken out about her experience with ASD once in the 1994 interview with Rolling Stone. When I talk about being introverted, I was diagnosed autistic. The whole front woman said with her initial symptoms including difficulty communicating. Okay. At an early age, I was not speak, she explained. Then I simply bloomed. My first visit. Hey, young Reds, how are you doing? Just been to wrap up this autism awareness. I know last year you had came on the panel. How you been doing? Joshua had supposed to be came. I guess he had something else to do. You been doing okay? Good to see you. Good to see you. And I know that you have been doing pretty good. By you having autism, you didn't ever let that define the things that you want to do. You still was able to have a normal life and, you know, things like that. Yeah, I know you know because you came up here last year and you spoke on it. And, you know, like I said, you can have a successful life and do the things. You can still have a life. You don't let that. You ain't never let that determine you. But I know you had your things you had to go through as a young child, and look at you now. You making all those music videos. Joshua was my guest last year, and he came up and he spoke about some of the things that he went through. I think you are inspiring young man. You keep doing the things that you're doing over there. I see the videos, the different things that you're doing. Hey, Frank, how are you doing? I'm about to finish up this autism series. My guest didn't show up. He came in the chat, but he didn't come on the panel. So he came in just said, hey, whatever. But he didn't never tell me he wanted to get on the panel. So I still had to, my show still had to go on. So I was just naming out the celebrities and people that you didn't even know had autism, like Elon Musk, Courtney Love, Sia, the woman that sang, I'm unstoppable today. You're unstoppable. I'm unstoppable today. She have it. Anthony Hopkins, he's a well-known movie star. He have been in a lot of roles like Signs of the Lamb, Hannibal. And the point that I'm bringing out this is because who read I'm still here. Like the connection was messing up. Georgia girl, young girl, that Greg's time has been spent. His life undiagnosed. Hold on. Let me see. I missed something. Yeah, I had like the connection. I done froze. Y'all hear me now? There's something going on with the connection. Y'all hear me now? Let me go down and come back up. All right, I'm back now. Like it got stuck. Always a mess with. Yeah, I think it's my connection. It's my connection. I don't know. I think that wind blowing out there or something. I'm not sure. But let me go back and read what y'all had said. But hold on. I supposed to had a guest today. He came in, but I guess he had something else to do. I'm not sure. So I just went on and just spoke on different things about autism, and I started talking about some of the stars that, because you see stars on TV or stars in video, they have problems too. They are human too. They go through stuff just like everybody else. Let's see what y'all had said. And shout out to everybody that did the pineapple water challenge. We'll go back right here. John Red said, I know from a personal experience. I know, John Red, you came up last year and spoke about living with it. And it's good to see you doing okay. What you been up to? I ain't talked to you in a while. You been doing okay, though? You say you been doing good. I see Frank came in. John Red said he got the high functioning autism. It's different spectrum people be on. Some people are verbal, some are non-verbal. Some people have high functioning, some don't. I know I got a relative that is non-verbal. We have to find ways to communicate with him and stuff like that. Frank, you say you're doing good. That's good. Young Red said, George Girl, it's a UK rapper. Grid is autistic. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. I didn't know that. Young said Grid's on an ML is autistic too. Okay. So you didn't miss anything? No, but I've been on about to be 2 hours. I waited around for Joshua to show up. He came in, but he didn't never get on the panel. So either he had something else to do but I had to still, since I was live. And I've been having a bad day today. The allergy, it really was messing with me earlier. Whoa. So I had to go get me some stuff to drink and work on. But I'm sounding better than what I was. But I know this year with this allergy, it's going to get me every time. My eyes were looking puffy early this morning. I said, Lord, I got to get right because I want to go on and do my little stream today. But it was killing me yesterday. I said, ooh, Lord. I said, it's going to be rough this year on me. I already know. My eyes looked puffy this morning. And that come from I was out yesterday. I didn't the allergies are out in the air. That pollen is all on the cars and everything. Yes, UK rapper Griggs had confirmed he's autistic. He opened up about his diagnosis in 2025, explained that his son's openness about being autistic led him to discover. Okay. Yeah, I read that a lot of people be finding out as they get older. You don't have to be a child when they diagnose you. Anthony Hopkins, y'all know who Anthony Hopkins is, right? He's he played in Signs of the Lamb. He played in Hannibal. He found out that he was autistic when he was in his 70s. I mean, he been going on all these years, and he just found out when he was grown. The Star Seal, the one saying, "I'm unstoppable today. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable." She have it. There's Elon Musk, that guy that was with Trump, messing up. They got Elon Musk, y'all know him, right? He's on the spectrum. So it's a lot of famous people that are on the spectrum. They have went on to have careers and businesses and things like that. So I'm here today to share the people that are on autism or on the spectrum. You still can be whoever you want to be. You're maybe a little different, but you are unique in your own way. Be kind to people that are on the spectrum. You don't judge them for their delays and the things that they're going through, because they are human just like we are. They might have a few delays than others. Some might not even be verbal. Some might be verbal. But there are so much, they're coming out with different types of tools that you can use to help people with autism. So I'm here to uplift, not tear down. I'm here to share awareness. Sharing awareness, sharing information, bringing things to my channel. But this is for educational, entertainment purposes. This is not to suggest or recommend. This is for educating myself and to help others. Like I said, I be around people, relatives that dealing with autism just about every day when I'm around them. And I'm learning myself on different ways to help them. So that's what my platform is for. But I supposed to be had a guest today, but I guess he wasn't able to be on. But I wish him much success with everything he got going on. But shout out to everybody that did the pineapple challenge today. We was able to finish up the water, 5 days of drinking pineapple water. Woo-woo. That pineapple water been working. It's been working. You hear me? It'll have you going to the bathroom. But it's not a bad thing. It's help flushing out those toxins. I had drunk so much, I started eating my pineapples out of mine. I said, I ain't finna let it go waste. But I do want to thank everybody that did come through. Like I said, this is like a yearly thing for me where I share different awareness and things. Hey, Renee, how you hold up during my girl? You doing okay? And I just want to bring the information that I have shared this month about autism. First thing I want people to remember, don't judge a person because of their delays and the things that they have that they're dealing with. They are human. They just got, it might take them a little longer to do some of the things that you're doing, but they are special and unique in their own way. Like I said, I have close relatives with autism, and this right here helped educate me to learn more and more and what to expect and how to care for someone that have it. We have Renee's Secret Garden in the chat. She be over there doing them videos. She be over there dancing. And she's a warrior. She is a warrior. She have been dealing with Okay. I'm autism mom, so I had to catch you. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna ask you a question. You know, Renee have her own journey that she's been dealing with. If you haven't watched some of her testimony on some of the things that she have overcome, yeah, she's a leukemia fighter. You need to check her out. She be working with her garden. She be over there cooking a little something. She like me. We put stuff together. It be looking so good. But I'm gonna ask you a question. As a leukemia, as a artistic mom, is it very challenging for you? Is it very challenging? Like I was sharing about, you know, there are some things like that, you know, as a child having low autism, it'll probably make them feel that they can't do some of the things that other children can do. But that's what the parents are support group and people that's out here. That's what you have to keep them encouraged and let them know you can be and do whatever you can do. It might take a little bit longer or it might take a little bit time. And one thing, you have to be patient. That's one of the main things. You have to be patient with people that are on the spectrum, but they are children of God and they are loved. They are intelligent. They do things that we probably can't do. We can learn from people that's on the spectrum. I'm still drinking powder water even after the challenge. Yeah, it's good. It's good to drink, Frank. Yeah, it's good for inflammation too. That's why I drink it a lot. Sometimes I just get the pineapple, just eat them. Yes, it's very challenging to me a little more because my son is nonverbal. Okay, I have relatives like that, and um, you got to be patient for one thing. You have to be patient with them, and sometimes my relative get very agitated. Especially like they be trying to tell us something, but we have to. They've been trying to teach us sign languages but when they want some, they know how to come get us, point to it, but it's you be want to do all you can to help them and make them feel loved and encourage them to let them know, look, you're loved, you are loved, you are smart, you just you're still able to. We don't. There's one thing we should let our loved one know, that cause you're on the spectrum, that don't mean it have to define you. Don't have to put you in a box and make you feel like you can't do anything. It might take you a little longer than other kids, but you're still able to have a normal life, have a life. I just called out different celebrities that I didn't even know that was on the spectrum until I found my research. I did my research on a lot of these stars. I'm like, what? I had to learn how to be more structured with my day. Yeah, I understand. He taught me patience and organization. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm learning too, Renee, because I be around my relatives daily. It's not my story to tell. If they want to come up and share, I can let them share. I like to hear from people for themselves, but seeing a child that is nonverbal is very challenging. But you have to be patient. You have to be patient with people anyway, but you got to, let them know, look, you are loved. Very smart. I had a nephew just graduated last year, and he's on the spectrum. He talked, but his community skill is just like, he don't really communicate with you, but he talk, and I can tell he can recite a picture from television. I mean, he can tell you everything that show us about. He loves to work with his hand. My nephew is so smart. So he graduated. He's out of school now. He's trying to adjust to the world. And see, that's one thing when you're going through school or have a child or loved one that's been on the spectrum all the while as a child. Once they reach the adult stage, you got to be able to show them how to transition from being a child to being an adult. You know, some people hold down good jobs. They're able to, oh gosh. I'm freezing up or something. I already did live. Let me know about time for me to get off. You want to echo right at the end. But thank you, Renee, for sharing that. He sings everything. Okay. Yes, my son is classified as nonverbal, but he talks with music. Okay. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. If you don't mind me asking, how old is he? Because at first, my nephew, he wasn't talking right. But when he got 3 years, I think he started talking at 3 years old. He started talking. Now he just talk all the time. But he don't just like hold the conversation like I mean you talking. He would just be talking in general. But he's truly loved. He's loved, and whenever he make those little bracelets and stuff, he always, you back. Yeah, they seem like my string trying to go out. You know, I don't know if it's connection. I looked out the door and see what's the wind blowing or whatever. But he your first set of twins, okay. Girl, you don't let you got no kids that old. For real? Girl, no. No, girl. You look real young. Wow. You be getting around like that, okay? I was looking Renee over there. You be doing them videos, girl. Usually your first set of twins, they are 24. Don't let you got no kids at all. Wow. That's a blessing now. Yeah, I know you got 7, but I was thinking it was little kid, my first set of twins, they are 24. Wow. What, girl? You got 2 sets of twins? Oh my goodness. Girl, I know it'd be a lot of entertainment in your house. Them 4 grandkids, ooh, child. Them 4 grandkids I got, they something else. You hear me? They something else. Wow, that's a blessing, girl. That is a blessing. My guest supposed to have been Joshua Graham, but I guess he had some more things going on today. But last year my guest was Young Riz. He came up, and I don't know if y'all know who Young Riz is, but he was in the chat earlier, and he shared, some things how he went through as having autism as a child, and how he was when he was going to school. And so y'all make sure y'all check out Young Riz. I also have Minister Terry Jones. He was over here one year. Y'all probably know Terry. He be on a lot of people's channel. He's autistic. I had Brian over here last week. He shared. It's a lot of people like just being on YouTube. I'm like, wow, I didn't know that you had autism. Like I said, you can't judge people just by what you think a person look like on the outside, because you don't know what it takes for a person to go through some of the things they have to go through. So I salute, you know about Minister Terry? I salute the parents like Renee for doing what you have to do for your children. Like I said, I have relatives, close relatives that go through it, and I be around them. And I'm learning myself. Hey, Living for Jesus. Hey, yes, Living for Jesus daughter. She have shared with me also about her daughter having autism, and she have been on my panel before. How you been doing, girl? Good to see you. I was trying to wrap this up by autism. Joshua was supposed to be my guest, but I guess he had some other things going on. And just learning as a parent or caregiver, the challenges and things you have to go through to care for a child or adult. And I also shared about a lot of stars, and there's a lot of stars and celebrities, actors, singers, business people, all them that have been diagnosed, and they went on to continue to have successful lives and careers. And by me being I advocate, I share awareness. I want people to know, because you're on the spectrum, that don't mean that you can't be able to be whoever you want to be, because with God all things are possible. You might have a few delays, it might take you a little longer, but you're still a child of God, and you're still able to live and do the things that you normally you can do. So I'm like, Living with Jesus has spoke on her baby before. My youngest daughter is autistic. Yeah, I remember you told me. I'm good. I met my oldest daughter track me. Okay, that's awesome. AB therapy and speech therapy at early age helps a lot. Yes, I know. Right now they got different programs like therapy and ways to people to help people that is nonverbal. There's ways you are able to communicate with them. I think, Living with Jesus, you had told me that your daughter had started out nonverbal, right? But she ended up talking. And I know you had spoke on this before on my channel, that you prayed that God was able to, you prayed that your daughter would be able to speak. And you told me now she is. Sometimes it takes children longer, and as they get older. Did y'all know Anthony Hopkins, the movie star? He's an actor. Y'all know Anthony Hopkins, right? He played in Hannibal. He played in Silence of the Lamb. He didn't find out that he had autism until he got in his 70s. Some people just find out about autism once they get up in age. They normally diagnose children. They'll do it like 18 months, 2 years old, but you can find out you're autistic at a later age. I appreciate y'all for coming in, sharing your stories about your children and yourself. Like Young Red was in here. He was speaking on a rapper known in UK. The point of my life is today to let people know you can still live, and you don't have to let having autism define the person you are. You still is unique in your own way, and no one should judge no one for that, because that's the way they was born. But it doesn't stop you from still being the person that you want to be. It might take challenges to get to be that person, but you still, with God, those things are possible. One of my twin boys started talking at 6 years old. He has his own YouTube channel now. For real? What is your son's channel? You can put it in the link. This is Renee Silkigard. Put your son link in the chat, Renee. We also have Living for Jesus in here. She said she's at a track meet. She has also been on my panel. She have shared about her daughter a couple of times, and I appreciate people that come on or they can put in their comments about things that they have witnessed their children to go through, and I think you all are salute to the parents for being patient and encouraging and being there for their children. And if you are an adult with autism, continue to keep doing you. Continue to be the person that you are. Just know that you're not alone out here. Okay, I'm gonna go and connect with them. Okay. I just went to his channel. He favor you. Your twin look like you. All that hair. Oh my goodness. Wow. I just connected with him, but I'm gonna go back and just look at check out what he does over there. So if you see Georgia girl, just tell him that it's someone that connected to you. Cause now a lot of people be like, who is this? That's your twin, girl. That's your twin. He looks just like you, Renee. Like I said, I'm educating myself more and more about it because I have close relatives that I be around a lot that is on the spectrum, and and they are nonverbal, and I'm glad Renee came in and shared, about the therapy and things like that. He look like you. He really do. And we learn from each other. I learn when people tell you what you can't do, prove to themselves and that you can. Yeah, you can put your mind to anything. That if y'all want to connect with Renee's son, she have her son channel. She said he's 14. And you say he a twin to the other one that's on the spectrum. That's your twin, girl. I can imagine to see what the other child look like. But I appreciate the feedback, the everyone that came in and shared. What did you want to talk about with autism? That how challenging it is to care for someone with autism. I got the link if either one of y'all, it's supposed to have been Joshua up here, but Joshua, I guess he had something else to do. I know you had a track meeting though, but I dropped the link anyway. I was trying to see how challenging it is to live with someone with autism. I can put your comment on the stream. I know you out with your baby. And how challenging it is to care for someone. And Renee was just saying she had to learn the structures and the different ways and stuff like that. And because I'm learning different things about helping take care of a child with nonverbal. And I think having a child or being around someone nonverbal, I think that's very challenging because they can't tell you exactly what they want or what they don't want and stuff like that. So we have to communicate the way they communicate. They'll point at stuff or take us to what they want. But yeah, I think that's challenging to be able to take care of someone like that. But there are therapy and ways that can help you to educate you more and have you prepared for things. So it's a learning process on my part, and with family that like that, but they are unique and they're in their own special way. Mm-hmm. But yeah, people can make a person feel that is on that spectrum, make them feel like they can't enjoy life or have a life, but you can. People, and cause when my nephew, he did finish school, and he had to go to schools that was able to teach him You can go to regular school, or you have to go to schools that where they have people that specialize in that. And one thing I didn't, I don't like the people to bully children. I don't like bullying at all. I do not accept no one being bullied, whether you're a child or adult. That shouldn't even be prohibited. But I know some children make other children feel certain ways because they be on the spectrum. But some children are born like that. They don't find out till they get later on. Who is this? Oh, Live for Jesus. Okay. Hey, girly. How are you doing?
I'm good, sister. How are you?
How's my girls? How the girls doing?
They're good. I got one in the car with me and the other one's at her track meet.
Oh, that's the older one, right?
Yeah, the oldest one, she's doing her track meet events. We're sitting in the car and we're facing the track field and we're watching her.
Okay, well, thank you for taking time out for a few minutes. Cause I know you have been on before. Tell everybody who you are, just in case they want to find. I know you don't have a channel, but you does post Christianity stuff. But you can still let people know who you are and things like that.
My screen name is Living for Jesus. I'm a married mother of two, Christian married mother of two, and my youngest daughter is autistic.
Mm-hmm. So
and
go ahead.
No, go ahead. What are you going to ask?
The question I wanted to know how challenging it is to care for a child, or if you have anybody that have autism, how challenging it is to live with it.
I mean, it depends on the level of where they're on the spectrum, the level of autism that they have. Mm-hmm. Now, I know that I have to advocate for my child. Like today, she's in the 5th grade. They wanted to push her on into middle school, and I said she's not ready. Emotionally, she's not ready, and academically, she's not ready. They were, well, she wants to be with her friends. I said, I don't care about her wanting to be with her friends. I'm more concerned about her being proficient in math and reading. Oh, I said, I want her to, you said, my job as her mother is to make her a productive member of society. Mm-hmm. I said, she needs, no matter what job she has, she's going to have to be able to read proficiently, and she's going to need math skills proficiently.
That's important.
I said, no matter what she does, she's going to need those two things. And I do not care if she, for instance, I said, I'd rather her be a loner and not be worrying about people, having friends and what people think, and her be able to, when she does graduate, she earned her diploma. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just given to her. I said, I know too many people who graduated and can barely read and barely do math. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I said, even if she just becomes a cashier, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, my thing is for her to do her best. Amen. So even if she's a cashier, she's going to need reading and she's going to need math skills. And so I told them, I said, I want her held back. They didn't want to hold her back. They wanted to push her through. I said, she's not ready.
What?
She's not ready.
They saying she want to be with her friends. Her friends are not going to be there to take care of her.
Exactly. That's what I told them. I said, I'm not worried about her little friends. As she gets older and they perform better academically, they're going to leave her behind. They're already starting to leave her behind. She was following one of them. They said, and one of the girls told her, why are you always following me? You're so annoying. I said, and my little girl was depressed about that. And I said, that right there told you she's not going to be able to stick with her friends. I said, I'm not worried about her friends. I'm worried about my child doing well academically and being emotionally ready for when she gets put in a middle school situation with older kids.
And I don't blame you. I do not.
And I said, I don't care. Her being held back, there's no shame in that. What shame is her graduating high school and not being able to do basic math and reading. Yep. I said, so I'd rather you hold her back a year. We'll put her in summer school. And then in fact, that's what we were doing in the car. I bought a bunch of teaching books and stuff like that, so I can help her. We're working on her vocabulary, we're working on her math, and we're working on her reading skills. And I said, I'm going to work with her all summer myself, and then we're going to put her in summer school. And I said, I'm going to try to help her get proficient at those things. That's what I care about. Also, they're so worried about her being with her friends and stuff. I said, she's so desperate for friends. She's in that mentality where if they tell her to do something, she'll do it. You know,
Yeah.
if y'all, you know, and I said and she's not mentally prepared to be around middle schoolers where someone say, "Oh, Winter, if you let me do this, I'll be your friend," and
And
she'll
I
do it.
love
And I'm
her
like, "No,
name. That's a beautiful name. I love it.
thank you, thank you." My oldest is Sunday Rose, and my
Yes,
youngest is
girl. I know your
Winter Lillian.
girls. You know I know the girl. I said, what my girls doing? Wow. And you know what? Living for Jesus. You doing what you have to do as a parent. You have to be there with your child. You don't want him, that's the wrong reason to want to let her move on. Like I always tell my granddaughter, everybody's not your friends. If a friend come off and say, like you said, they'll say, why you doing what I'm doing? Why you following me? Or try to make that person feel bad. I tell my granddaughter all the time because she was caught up in a situation the other week. She friend with these little girls, but as soon as another child come around, they turn on her. And I told her, I said, look, they're not your friends. If even though that was her friend cousin, but you've been playing with the little girls for weeks, and y'all been coming over to the house, they've been coming to your house, you know, in the yard playing or whatever. But as soon as another child appeared, they in other words, they start treating her bad, want to cut up and pull her hair. And I told my dog, don't let her play with them no more. I said, they're not your friends. I don't care. Now, if a true friend would have said, don't treat her like that. Don't do her like that. But no, they didn't do that. They went along with it. And so my granddaughter knows she don't play with them no more. And she be like, Grandma, I do miss my friend, but I said, baby, they weren't your friends.
Exactly. That's why
they're gonna turn on you because somebody else wanna pull your hair and act up. But she's okay now. She's okay now.
Yeah, like I told them, I'd rather her be a loner. I'd rather my kid be a loner and do better academically. You know what I'm saying? I don't want her to be so desperate for friends that she's willing to do anything.
That's true. And
you know, I'd rather her be a loner, and I just couldn't understand why they were so dead set. Oh, well, we wanted her to go. I said, so you're going to just continue to have her go through the grades and just pass her, even though you know she's not academically ready.
Yeah. Wow.
I said that no. I said her. You talking about her graduating on time? I said her graduating, her diploma means nothing if she when she gets it, she can barely read and write.
That's true. So how is she doing, like, in school? How is she, how is she doing?
I mean, she does well. It's just that, like I said, she needs to do well. I mean, she has some certain learning delays, and I have been trying to figure out what would be the best approach to help her. So she understands, and so it clicks for her, so she gets it. Because she's very smart. She's very smart. It takes her longer to understand and to absorb, to get certain things. It takes her longer. You know what I'm saying? Once she gets it, she's good. It just takes her longer. And just reading something or that doesn't help. She's more of a visual learner. So if I have to get out flashcards and do stuff like that, then I'll do that for her.
That's right.
Like I said, I will advocate for my child. I stood up against 4 teachers today, and I told them, I said, well, her little friend, she's going to miss her. I said, I don't care about the friends. As she gets older and they get older, they're going to leave anyway because she's not at the same level mentally where they are at.
Oh, okay.
And they're already saying
flashcards probably would be pretty good.
Yeah, and they're already starting to separate themselves because they see that she's mentally, okay, her body is 11 years old. You know what I'm saying? But her little mind, she's about maybe, what did you say, Stephen? About 7 or 8? Yeah, her mind's she's about maybe 7 or 8 years old.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm working with her to get her to a point where she can do better. She can be on the same level, right? As the other kids. But it just takes her longer. She has delays.
I understand.
But like I said, the point is
right thing. You're doing the right thing. Don't try to, some schools that feel like they can just put these children up in another grade. They're not thinking about them mentally or what they really have to go through. Like you said, work with them to get to the level that they need to be, and stop trying to push them up there. And see, that's where a lot of them get messed up at. That's how they
It's
don't
that
get
no
a
kids
chance
left
to
behind
learn
BS.
stuff.
It's that no kids left behind BS. They will pass. They will pass the kid through all these grades, knowing they're not ready, knowing they can't read on the grade level, just so they can get their quota. And and the kick is a diploma, and they can barely read and write. Not my kid. I'm sorry. Not on my watch. Not my child. No, I will advocate for my child. I will advocate for my child every time. I stood
And
up
you
against
have
3
to.
teachers there. I said, "Yeah, she's not going. She's not going to middle school." Well, we thought it was. I don't care what you thought. She's not going to middle school.
I don't blame you.
And then they wanted to. I normally put her in summer school. They wanted to. Thankfully, the God is good. I'm telling you, he will make you aware and help you to do things. They didn't tell me what the deadline for summer school was this year, and I would have missed it if I hadn't gone in today. I went in anyway, and I was able to sign her up for summer school before the deadline hit.
Okay. So are you gonna you saying she gonna go to summer school?
Yeah, she's gonna go to school. My kids do not. Summer for my kids is not sitting around on their phones or playing. No, my kids, both of my kids, even the one who is in high school, both my kids do schoolwork throughout the year. I bought workbooks from Amazon. I bought all sorts of teaching things for them.
That's
My
good.
kids don't know. My kids, there's no resting on summer vacation for them. No, they continue to do. They continue to do schoolwork all throughout the year. My youngest, she does summer school every year, and then when she gets out, either we will hire a tutor for her, and if she
Renee,
can't
do you
afford
want to
to,
come up, Renee? If you want to come up, Renee, I'll drop the link if you have time, if you want to share your experience. So the question I want to know, is it, I remember you told me that Frank said you're a good mother, live for Jesus. I remember you told me, you said your daughter, if I'm not mistaken, did you tell me your daughter had started off nonverbal, but was
yeah,
it you?
Winter started off nonverbal. She wasn't speaking.
Okay.
Anyway, she started off nonverbal. I fasted and prayed for 2 weeks, and I told the Lord, I said, if she's gonna be autistic, that's fine. I can work with that. But God, I need her to be able to speak. I can't have her be a walking victim. And if something happens to her, she can't even talk to me and tell me what's going on. I said, I need her to speak. I fasted and prayed for 2 weeks. She spoke. And then I started working with her. It wasn't as easy as with my oldest daughter. My oldest daughter, I know how to handle her.
Okay.
She's in all honors classes. Before she even went into school, she was able to read. In fact, they skipped her she didn't go to preschool or kindergarten. She went straight to first grade.
Wow, that's amazing. That's great. So, after she was where she couldn't, how old was she then when you noticed that she wasn't
What,
really
Winter? My youngest?
Winter. How was Winter when she started talking, or did it take a while, or?
I prayed and fasted for 2 weeks. At the end of where I prayed and fasted, she asked me for some candy. She was talking. She wasn't talking a lot, but she was talking. And then we put her into school. I went to the Vanderbilt and got her, which is a big hospital here. And I got her diagnosed as autistic, and I started working her. By the time she started school, she could talk. She didn't talk much. She was shy, but she was talking. And then they put her in speech therapy, and she can talk now. Winter, come here, baby. Come here, baby.
Yeah,
Say hi.
I have seen her. Remember one time she had been on the show.
Here,
Hey,
Winter. Winter, say hi.
Girl, where you get that name from? I love it.
Say hi,
hey,
Winter.
Winter. How you doing? This Miss Georgia girl.
Say hi, man.
How are you? I want to send you something. I'm gonna show you what I want to send her. I'm gonna send her something from my shop. You're gonna have to email me your information. Hold on, let me show you. And I do have it in. Let me show you what I want to send you. You can use it at home, or because I don't know if they let you tote those at school. But I want to send you something. This is a bag you can put on your back when you are out, like, if you're outside, you can wear your bag on the back of your back. I have it in green. I have it in blue. If your mom says okay, and she have
It's
to
fine.
email
She can have that.
you have to email me your address and everything. And like I said, the type of person I am, when you send me something, it's to me. Nobody knows my information, anything like that. But this is just I did another lady, she had her daughter up and she had got a shirt. Every year I give them different gifts. So do she like to tote little bags and things like that? Like she could
Yeah,
put
she likes little bags. Yes.
this right here is like a tote, she could put it on her back. Like if she outside, she could put some, like if she have a water bottle or whatever she want to do outside, if she want to just have it somewhere to hold. So you got my email, don't you? I think you emailed me one time. Do you have my
No,
email?
I don't have your email. I've never emailed you.
I thought you was sending me a recipe one time.
No, I just put it in the chat.
Oh, okay, but what color do she probably want?
Winter,
Does
come
she
here. What color? She's gonna send you a little bag. What color do you want? Come here. Purple. She said, "Do you have purple?"
purple? I don't have purple. On the color we got is green and blue and like a beige color.
Okay, so they have green, blue, and like a beige, or like which is like kind of like tan, baby. Green and blue and like tan. What color would you want? Speak up. Green, blue, or tan?
Can she see it?
She said blue. Speak up so she can hear you. Speak into mommy's phone. Blue, blue.
Blue. Okay.
Say
Can
thank
she
you.
see it? Did she see it? Can she see it?
Can she what?
Can she see the bag on the string?
Yeah, you see the bag?
She can put it
There.
on her back. It's like the one you can put on your back.
What do you say? Thank you. Speak up so she can hear you. Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetie. But yes, she sounds so cute.
Thank you.
But when you get back down, I'm gonna put my email in the chat. Oh yeah, that's a link right there, Miss Key. Yeah, you see it, Renee? Do you see it? But yeah, this show supposed to be for me and Joshua. You know Joshua Graham, right? I think he had something to do, but he told me he was on this spectrum, and he have a channel also. But I guess he had something to come up today. Okay, we got Renee up here. Hey, Renee. How are you, sweetie?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to see you. I want you to we got some feedback somewhere. Say something again, Renee.
Can you hear me?
We're echoing, or I don't know if somebody got to close out, or how is I'm not happy. I don't know. Say something again, Renee.
I'm rolling my windows up.
Okay, I'm gonna probably mute myself, but I want you to introduce yourself and tell everybody who you are and where they can find you, sweetie.
Okay. Well, I'm Renee Secret Garden. I am Renee, and I'm a mother, I'm a wife, and a mom of 7. I have a total of 2 sets of twins and 3 singletons. And I am very well versed on the topic of autism because I have autism in my house on different levels, level 1 to level 3. So that's who I am.
Tell everybody the name of your channel.
The name of my channel is Renee Secret Garden. The name of the channel actually came from me loving to be out in my garden. But my channel kind of took a turn when I was diagnosed with leukemia. So I just started doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that, just to keep my spirits up when I was being diagnosed with cancer. So that's why the channel is so all over the place. But my garden is where I sit and have my moment with the Most High.
That's all right, girl.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, did you have any questions you wanted to ask me about autism since I have older kids on the spectrum? I can't hear you.
I want to introduce you to Living for Jesus. Do you know her?
No, I do not. She has a
She
channel.
doesn't have a channel, but she does post like Christianity stuff because she's a Christian and she's a mother too. And her daughter is younger on the spectrum. So by you having a child, I don't know, is it me or what? What do I have to
I was just listening to her story and I could relate to a lot of it as far as the fasting and praying and asking God to just help you out. I was willing to accept the fact that my son was severely autistic. He is a level 3. However, I begged and asked God to at least allow him to be able to communicate with me because we're living in a sick world. And I didn't want somebody to be able to do anything to my child without him being able to at least tell it to me or write it to me. So I was a stickler on him learning how to spell and learning how to communicate.
I don't know what happened to Living for Jesus, but she'll probably be back because you heard her when she said her child wasn't speaking, but she fasted and prayed. And is it mine? Do you have your other device off? I got it on, but I got it turned down.
Can I touch on that? What she was talking about earlier?
Go ahead. I need to run to the bathroom right quick, but go ahead and speak, sis. I've been drinking that water.
I know. I've been watching you too, girl. I've been watching you. I be rooting for you over here. But earlier she was talking about fasting and praying, and I just wanted to touch on that because if you read Matthew, well, I go all the way through from Matthew chapter 5 all the way to Matthew chapter 10. And in that passage, in those passages, you will see that they asked Jesus, why is it that they could not save their child or help their child because their child was running and putting themselves in dangerous situations, couldn't speak. And I thought about our children with autism, and they asked Jesus, why couldn't I save him? Why couldn't I cast out this spirit? And Jesus said, this spirit can only be helped through fasting and praying. And a lot of people overlook that part of the Bible, but I did a lot of fasting and praying with my oldest son. He's now 20, him and his twin, they are now 24 years old. And we went through it all because back then you didn't have, you know, so many people that knew about autism. So we went through being ridiculed, ostracized, talked about, people telling me he just doing you like that because you won't whoop him. You need to beat him. And I went through basically being alone, trying to raise them and trying to find my way. And it was through a lot of prayer and a lot of fasting.
Okay, I'm back. I have to try to refresh.
Okay.
But I appreciate you, girl. You know, like I said, I admire you over there. You share your testimonies, and like you said, you are a let me see who that is. Oh, that Young Riz. We got a house full of them. Hey, Young Riz, we got I don't know what happened to her, but she'll probably be back because she said she was at her child game. I don't know if I need to mute. Let me see. Pause the video and you have it playing on your phone. Oh, hold on. See, there's a lot of this stuff. I'm still new at this screen stuff. I'm trying to figure out some of this stuff. But she be down there. Sometimes she have to tell the girl. Cause look, I'm old. I'm old school. I don't know too much about all this stuff.
You sound like me. I said I come from the age where we had just got dial-up, so I'm still learning the new stuff.
So we have Young Riz up here. He's he was up my guest last year, and he's on the spectrum. Y'all introduce yourself until I can figure out what's going on. Drum Riz, tell everybody who you are.
My name's Young is the what else would you like to know? Other than my name though. Basically I'm a British Bloomberg Steiny, I'm a creator and I'm a supporter. Thank you.
It's good to meet you, Young Riz.
Same here. Yeah, so I'm on the spectrum. I've been on the spectrum since 5 years old. So where it was though, right? A long time ago when I was in school, they nearly misdiagnosed me for ADHD. So what it is though, right? My grandmother noticed something was up with me and they told my parents though. My mom really noticed the signs and everything and before the diagnosis. So I was when I was getting diagnosed and stuff like that as a kid, so basically they saw, the school saw I had ADHD, but actually I did not have ADHD. I was actually autistic. So they had to retest me again, and then they actually found I was autistic at 5 years old.
Oh, okay. But did
So
you tell
basically,
me that
I
you
had
was non-verbal at one time?
Basically, I was rebel, but at the same time, I wasn't. I was like an introverted though. So I was able to speak and all of that, but basically, I had a delayed speech. So I could talk and speak, but basically, every time I spoke, I
I'm
mumbled and
hearing you,
stumbled
Renee,
every
until you get
sentence.
ready to speak, okay?
Basically, I said though, is last time I said though, is basically, I had a speech delay. So I can speak, but when I spoke, I mumbled every sentence.
Oh, okay.
So basically, I was like, I was well supported. So that's how I became, higher functioning, and independently able to do certain things. It's just certain things I struggle with and need more support and stuff like that. So like, that's what I'm kind of working towards and stuff like that.
Okay. You're a young man. I be seeing your videos over there. Do you know Renee Garden? Do you know Renee
Yeah,
Garden?
yeah,
Okay.
I
So y'all
do.
know each other. Okay. So Renee, can you relate to some of the things that he have said? I know you say your children are older, but when they was younger, the question I always used to ask Young Red, how did the kids treat your children? As far as you know, how did they treat your kids?
How did they treat my kids? The other kids?
You say your kids, hold on.
Sorry, it's just that there's a bit of a feedback and stuff like that, though, so I didn't really understand that.
I would say I know your kids are older, but as they was growing up, was they getting bullied, or did you have to put your feet down and go to the school, or did they have any issues coming up? I'm trying to see what's going on with my feedback, Jesus. Y'all go ahead and talk. You go ahead and talk, Renee.
Okay.
My
I
kids,
remember both. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize you were speaking. Sorry, my bad.
my kids were bullied both by the kids and the adults. You have some kids that will tease you to the point where they don't realize it's going too far, but you have some kids that
Wow.
intentionally and
Wow.
Wow.
try to
Hold
break
on,
I
your
Young Red.
understand.
I'm gonna let you go after her, okay? Go ahead,
and
Renee.
and then you have some adults that will bully your child as well. That's why I really
What?
want my yes,
Yeah.
you have adults that will try to bully your child around or talk to them crazy or any kind of way, and that's when I had to step in and let them know my child ain't by themselves. They got mama. So you want to step to my child, you're gonna have to step to me. And they hated to see me coming.
Ooh, amen to
Ooh.
that, girl.
Okay.
Yes, I hate that bullying. I hate it. It doesn't matter
Well,
whether you on a spectrum or not, whatever. It's just bullying is cruel. It's evil. It's
yeah,
wrong.
Yes,
I was. I remember that as a kid. I was, though, actually, though. think the word mine was more on the verbal side though. I never got physically touched or anything, but I
Mm,
literally though, both my parents trust me though. When it comes to that though, literally though, when it comes to trust me, when it comes to that though as well though, of course I stand up for myself. I literally tell both my parents, literally my father don't play though. I got my dad and I got my mom though. But my mom prefers to let my dad handle his matters outside though. Basically her
mm,
support more of the home support type thing, you know. Sometimes she might come to the meetings though here and there, you know, to speak and stuff and what she think, but my mom prefers to let my dad do more of that, you know. So
oh,
basically, my
okay.
dad's more in charge of, you know, the external stuff. My mom's more in charge of the internal stuff. So basically, whatever happens in a meeting, my mom basically, my dad would tell my mom, look, this is the type of stuff we have to do with me. And my mom had to help implement that, you know.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I remember, and I think when I was a teenager and stuff like that, when I was in high school type thing, yeah, I remember those kids doing that to me. You know, they actually literally,
wow.
you know, teased me to the point. You know, literally, and they teased me to the point where I got mad though. Literally, straight, I'm mad.
I mean, it's sad, but Renee asked you,
Literally, I remember a time. I think when I was in school, one time at break time, when I was eating stuff, they literally threw stuff at
mm,
me. At some
but
point,
young
though, I was
man,
just
I'm so proud of you because of the fact you have shared with me that, I don't know if that was causing you to feel like you wanted to hurt yourself. You have, though, like I said, me and you have shared a lot with me over here on my
yeah,
channel that you was
yeah.
having
Basically, I tell you what the
suicidal
real reason.
thoughts and stuff like that.
It's a you know mixture of a lot of things, but actually, I tell you what was the main reason that made me get to that point. Actually, that was basically me. You know, one either not fitting in, and two basically identity issues. So I had identity
Yeah.
crisis basically. So from when I was younger to now, basically until now, that's what made me get to that point. You know, like basically it's like internalized stuff. So like I didn't know myself type thing. So that's what made me get there.
Oh, okay. But I'm
So
glad that you overcome some of the things that you did. And I'm gonna let Renee, because her kids are 24 now. She said she have 20. I'm trying to unmute her.
okay.
Can you speak now?
Yes.
And I'm gonna mute myself, but you know, by you having a non-verbal, so you said just one of the twins like that, or do you
Both
have? Okay, go ahead.
both twins are on the spectrum. It's just that one twin is a level 1 and one twin is a level 3. But the twin that's level 1, he never wanted to have that over his head. He would always tell the doctors, don't label him as autistic. But my son that is level 3, he's the one that was nonverbal, and he
Mm-hmm.
started to relate more with music. He
Mm-hmm.
started listening to a lot of music and repeating the songs that he would hear.
Mm-hmm.
He has one rap song that he really loves, and that's Coolio, Gangsta's Paradise. And I still
Oh,
to this
okay.
day,
Oh, okay.
he
Yeah,
That's
loved
so
that
nice.
voice.
When you do go back in the chat, I want you to put your son link in the chat. And
Mhm.
is that the son you talking about now?
Now, the son who has the YouTube channel, he is level 1, and he's also
Mm-hmm.
a brain tumor survivor. Now, he went through people
Wow.
him because when he started to talk, he started talking when he was 6. And when he
Mm-hmm.
started talking, he kind of, that's why I can relate to young Riz on here. Um,
Mm-hmm.
when Pac Boy started talking, he started to link all his words together, kind
Okay.
of like mumbling a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And he was
yeah,
teased out about that. And
Wow.
it took a lot out of him, and he started talking about how he didn't want to be here anymore, and
Wow.
he didn't like the fact that people could be so mean, because a lot of people don't understand. My boys are on the spectrum, but one thing that I learned
Mm-hmm.
about them is that they are very sensitive to the spirit world. They can
yeah.
sense
Okay.
when it
I
has a
agree
bad,
with you.
them.
Same here. I'm kind of
Yeah,
like that as well. I'm actually very more spiritually and tapped, though. Basically, that's how I'm a
y'all
Christian.
teaching me a lot. Y'all are teaching me a lot. So thank you.
My
Yeah,
boys,
that's
I believe Young Riz is empath as well, and they are very strong
correct.
empath. So I feel
Yeah.
like I was blessed to have them because the Most High trusted me with His angels. I really feel like they
Amen.
are angels, and they are just sensitive to
Mm-hmm.
all of this that's going on around them.
Basically, I've never actually taught. Basically, sometimes though, basically, I have another faith, but basically, I say so though. I sometimes actually said I feel like though that I'm carrying the weight of other people's mistakes, even though it ain't my fault and it's not my burden to share. But my empathic nature can't let me. My empathic nature would just basically naturally do that, even though it's not my share to do, and it's only God who can do that. I know that, but basically, me being an empath, I feel that the other people who commit those mistakes, I feel like I'm carrying their mistake.
Wow. And that's amazing. And I be seeing your videos, Young Riz. I'm gonna mute y'all while I speak for a minute because I think that's where it coming from. But a man of Young Riz, he have shared a lot, and I'm so glad that he have overcome some of his um of feeling like he don't want to be here. I'm glad he have overcome that part of his life, and to let him know that you are important and you are inspiration to others, you know, and you keep doing what you're doing over there. I see your music, how you put those videos together. Like I said, I have relatives and I have a close relative, but it's not my story to share. You know, I would want people to come up and share, what they experience, because you can only speak on what you have been through if you have walked those shoes. And like Renee, I salute you and Living for Jesus for being the caregivers and the mothers and having that patience. And I'm learning because I be around relatives daily that is nonverbal, and sometimes I get sad because I be like, what can I do? And that's why I'd like to do these awareness shows to talk to
Mm-hmm.
people that have experienced that, and they can, like I said, I'm learning. Y'all have taught me a lot, and with
Okay, I
technology
feel
and the
you.
things that are going on now, like Renee said, we was back in the day with the 8 track and the disc videos and the all the stuff they got now. Have to get I have to get instruction to this stuff. My children be like, Mama, this what you supposed to be typing in. I'm like, God, do it for me. I ain't got time to be trying to type in all this stuff.
Okay. Wait, but all I'm going to say the two
But
was basically the
I
both my
appreciate
parents,
both of
I'm
y'all
well
so much.
supported. That's why I've overcome so much. Yeah, I did the work type thing, but actually, I was well supported. Like, my mom pushed me to do more, though, actually,
Mhm.
like that type thing, though, in the home, like that, you
I
know?
ain't say you
So,
frank,
so
but
my mom,
yeah. I
that was like
appreciate
my
your
mom's brand.
friends
That's
have
what
been
my
over here
dad
before,
sees.
Sharon. So I thank you again. And see, let me tell you how God worked. See, uh, Joshua had supposed to have been a guest, but he didn't show up. But look what God did. God put 3 people up here on my panel. Ain't God good? Because I was like, Lord, Joshua didn't show up. I got Joshua picture all on my thumbnail. I said, Joshua came in, but I guess he wasn't. Oh gosh, I guess he wasn't able to come on panel. But look what God did. He brought John Riz over here, Renee Garden. He brought uh, Living for Jesus. I wasn't expecting this. I told Miss
Okay.
Key, I said,
I
well, the
just gotta
show
let
still
you
gotta go
know.
on.
Sorry, I gotta let you know. I think she dropped though. I'm sure she'll be back or something like that. Probably she just dropped. I just want
It's
to let you know
everything
that.
acting up right now. Hold
No,
on,
I
y'all.
feel you. Sorry, I feel you on that though. And the main reason I guess what my mom did, he paid for me as a baby. That's why I managed to get where I got to, that type of thing. We you know. Basically, in my home, no, my mom found it to balance my needs, but also treat me like everybody else. So then I actually know how to do that type thing, though. So basically, I'm going to think. it's like this community-based charity type thing that I'm doing now. So it's like this life skills course for like 2 to 3 years. And what they do is they teach me simple life skills. So like it's more on a practical type of thing, take me out to different places, travel training thing and everything like that. That's what they're doing with me now. That's what they do. So for 2 to 3 years, though, they're gonna, help me with that. The spatial awareness training as well. So it's like basically training me to travel outside. I can do almost everything else in my home, but basically the thing is that I'm not allowed to travel outside myself. It's not that
Well,
I
I'm
can't
back.
do it. It's
I'm
the
having
spatial awareness
connection
and
issues or
safety. That's
something.
the main reason I can't travel myself. Now I'm done.
I don't know if I'm having connection issues or what. I don't know if it's StreamYard, but thank y'all for coming back. I don't know what happened to Living for Jesus, but she had said she was at a track meeting with her son. But thank you, Young Ria. You know when I leave off, you have to take over. But like I said, God works for me because I'm supposed to be having a show with Joshua today. And I told Miss Key, I said, Lord, I got Joshua all on my thumbnail and everything. And I said, but my show's still gonna go on. Look how God sent y'all up here. Look how God presented Renee to come on up in today, and Young Riz and Live for Jesus. So thank y'all. I appreciate y'all so
Yeah,
much.
that's all right. I'm sure that you
And
probably get another
me and Liv
chance
and
to
Jesus
do
supposed to
it
been got
anyway.
together on the she supposed to came on for Testimony Tuesday before. But we YouTube creators, we have so much going on in real life. But we still support one another the best way we can. She'll either catch me doing something, I catch her doing something, but you are inspiration, Renee. And you are too, Young Reds. Both of y'all are
Thank you.
inspiration in your own
I
way.
feel
And
her
let's
on the
keep
music
spreading
too.
the awareness. Y'all, you know about autism because you are autistic. And
Yeah,
Renee,
yeah, that's
you
pretty good.
caring and you spreading the words over there. And you keep being the parent you are, Renee. I admire you for your strength. I'm trying to unmute you. You unmute. And Live for Jesus. My sister always come through. Live for Jesus don't play. You hear me? Live for Jesus said she had to go against some teachers today. They can't tell her where to put her child. You advocate and do continue to do that, Live for Jesus. Keep advocating for your children because Lord, if
Mm-hmm.
not, they're gonna feel like they can treat your children and just slap the children on a grade, knowing they're not ready for that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
I
You know,
salute all
basically
y'all
as well,
today.
though, right? Basically for me, though, my dad, he had to advocate, like, literally to fight for all the support. Everything entitled to me, though, the way I supported, though, I didn't actually get that originally. Literally applied for it, literally got rejected multiple times. My dad had to literally fight for it, and he had to get a good solicitor to help him. Literally, like, in some cases, he had to get a good solicitor to help him, sort all of that out. And then basically, though, through that, though, basically found a way to get me everything. So, you know, that's what, that type of thing. My dad kind of doing though.
But I enjoyed y'all. I want to. I gotta go on and end this. I didn't realize I've been on 3 hours. But
Okay.
I want y'all to end in a. I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna probably have to mute each other till you get your words out. I want y'all to be able to share and let a person like you as a parent, Renee, share with what kind of encouragement you should tell a parent that's got children on spectrum. What would encouraging words would you would tell them? And then Young Riz, I'm gonna let you speak as you have an autism. What would you say to a person that living with autism? So
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna let
I got
Renee
you.
speak first, okay? Go ahead, Renee.
Well, a little bit of advice that I could give to parents is to stay focused on your child. Shut out the outside noise of the people around you and focus on your child. The best thing that you could do for them when they're young is to start a system, something that when they get older they're going to keep up with. Make sure you're telling them about taking their baths and taking care of themselves, and teach them how to communicate, even if it's with a tablet, if it's with writing or speaking. Just stay focused on your child and keep your eye on the Most High, and nothing
Woo.
can get in your
Amen.
way.
Thank you for that. And you're a beautiful person. I don't know you, but just from watching and listening and seeing how you go about, you're a good mother. I didn't know you
Thank
had 2 sets of twin, girl. How do you do it? How do you do it?
the other set of twins are here.
Hey, twins. Oh, they look like they had a rough day today.
Yep,
Did they
they're
have a
taking a
rough
little.
day at school today?
They're tired. They actually went to ABA therapy today, and they did a lot of stimming, a lot of bouncing on trampolines. So
Okay. I salute you, my sister, but I'm gonna let you take them on home. I'm sure they ready to get out that car and get into what they get into. But thank
yep,
you. Let's not
ma'am.
forget to connect with Renee. Anything that you want to tell young Riz, then I'm gonna let you go. Is anything
Okay.
that you would like to share with young Riz,
Okay.
Renee?
So basically,
Hold on, young Riz. Let me see what she gonna tell you. Is anything you want to tell young Red? Because he was like about 23 either, about 23. So he's
I'm
a young
24.
man. 24. I'm
24.
sorry. You got
You
older.
are you are a spiritual being that God has gifted this world, and if they don't want to accept your gift, then it's too bad for them. You are a one of a kind gift from the Most High, and I believe that with all my heart. And it's up to you to believe in it as well.
Amen. All right, sister. Thank you. Mwah. I appreciate you. And you get them boys on home. They probably say, I with my mom. If they like my grandkid, grandma, get out that line and take us home. And I'll
Okay.
be checking y'all. Let us know. Put your channel in it. Well, they can type. You type Trooper, your link gonna show up. But put your son link in the chat, and they can connect with your son. And you enjoy the rest of your weekend, my sister. And thank you for coming through for me. Have a good weekend. Okay, y'all, Riz. What would you tell someone like your age? You're 20, what, 24? Let me make sure I get it right. You're 24. What
24.
would you tell someone that's in your age group? What would tell them to encourage them?
Just keep doing what you're doing, though, and always remember remember to be one consistent too. Remember to balance it too, though, because yes, understand your needs, but also know just do the work too, and also though that Kate has got you though, because yeah, there's a purpose though that you're sitting here just because you're happy. It don't mean it holds you back. Basically, you're on a higher frequency than most people. It's just that you're just adjusting to that frequency, so that makes you different. So basically, what? That's just what I would say. But also, parent too. What I say is also the parent too. Though is also remember to balance it too. Though, yeah. If a parent advice that I can give, I know I don't have kids though, but personally, from my parents, though, I could say though is basically to balance their needs though. Just know, just that yes, acknowledge though, yes, they have needs, and but also balance it out. You treat them according to their needs, but also to remember to treat them like everybody else. Because just because they have something, don't mean they don't want to be treated differently from everyone else. Do they? In a way, yeah, but at the same time, no, because they feel they're just like everybody else. And also that you're teaching them that when you treat them like everybody else, it also shows them though that not everything's gonna go their way. And basically,
Yes.
they need to understand what life is really like. Because that's what I
Awesome.
actually thought though as well. So that's how I can give advice to a parent. Remember to balance both their, treating them with their needs, but also treating them like everyone else. That's my advice to a parent.
All right, then. We appreciate you. Well, that was awesome, Renee. I'm trying to unmute you. Lord, me and my buttons today. What's going on? But that was awesome. Like I said, y'all wasn't even on schedule to come on, but thank y'all so much. And I think y'all all are unique. Like I said, I salute you as a parent. And I'm gonna show my relative what you spoke on because um my relative have a nonverbal child, you know, but it's not my story to share. But I can share and say, look at this lady, look at her. You shared some information today. So one thing I did want to ask, what are some of the things they use for nonverbal? Is it I know they've been telling her to learn the sign languages and but there are things now with the computer they use now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Start with picture cards, so that way when they are learning the iPad, they'll
Mm-hmm.
be more with some of the pictures and the letterings. Like right now, they're
Okay.
teaching how to spell because they can actually communicate with that iPad by spelling.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see now they got they got all kind of stuff now.
No, I feel you. I feel you on that type thing, though, actually, though. That kind of thing. But yeah, basically, it was interesting with me. I went from, being on a speech delay, to
Mhm.
actually being more fluent in speaking. No, I am like capable of
You
like,
can talk
structuring
now, you're red. I be have to try to catch up with you. You can talk. You can
No,
talk.
that's a UK thing though, because you know what? I grew up in the UK. They talk fast, but I can slow down too. So slowly, what I was trying to
I can
explain to
hear you
everyone
now.
else. So
But
slowly, what I
yeah,
was trying to. That's how I went from a
do you
speech
know what
delay.
age you started talking, young Riz? Did your mama ever tell you what age you started
I
talking?
think it's probably like 1, 2 or something like that, 3 or
Okay.
something. I say it's around
Okay.
1 or 2 or something like that. I started
Okay.
working like let's say around 1 or 2 or something like that, 8 years old.
Mhm.
I can't remember. I have to ask my mom when did I start talking. Because sometimes my mom don't remember. When I
Okay.
started. Sometimes my mom, you know what it is that in my home we got so many videos, pics, and all of that, and we actually see what I did in the past and stuff like that.
Okay.
That
I
type
think
of
Renee
thing.
want to say something because she probably on her way. All
Hey,
right, then.
dinner
But
time,
I
Ambassador.
enjoyed you, sister. I really enjoyed you. Y'all
All
don't
right.
forget to check my sister out over there now. She be over there. You'll learn some languages over there. You'll learn how to cook. She be out. Ooh, she be doing them dance moves over there. Okay, I see it, girl. I'm slow by trying to move, but girl, I be seeing you out there.
Hmm.
I do your high knees today. Stop it.
I enjoy it. So you get them boys home, girl, honey. They look like they done had a rough day today.
Actually, here now, I got to take them in. It's dinner time, so I'll talk to y'all next.
Okay, you go ahead now. Have something good. Oh, you got something good for them. So see you on the next go round. Bye bye. That was Renee Secret Garden, everyone. Y'all make sure y'all connect with her. But Young Riz, I enjoyed you. I didn't know you was gonna come up today. I appreciate you so much. And
You're
what
welcome.
you
I
been
did
doing
say,
lately? You still been working with your music? Cause I'm about to get on
yeah,
off. You still working with your
music.
music?
Yes, I do the music related stuff. So what I do is I promote the artists and stuff. I just do in different aspects as well. So this guy I support, he's 24, right? His name is
Mhm.
Young SBK. He's like half white, half
That's the
Jamaican
one you
artist from the.
said had autism.
No, he's not. That's not the autistic one. He's got other stuff. He's got
Oh,
health
okay.
issues though. But despite all of that, though, he's musical genius. He's in Japan, but also turned Asia. But the one that got autism is UK rap legend Gigs.
Oh,
Gigs
okay.
basically is autistic. It's just that when he had it though, basically as a kid, in his time they did not diagnose him though. They thought he was a troublemaking kid though, and he grew up, he was raised by single moms though, so she had to do it
Uh-huh.
on her own without the support of his dad. Basically Gigs and his dad is cool now, they reconcile and stuff, but him growing up
Oh,
he did not have his dad around. So, in that
oh.
type of environment in South London where he was growing up, it's kind of rough
Mhm.
and everything like that. He ended up going to a life of crime, but then, he did music though, and despite that, he was so hard back in the day that even his own enemies had to rate him.
What? Wow. probably you can send me his video. You still got my email, right? Because I want to see this guy you talking about.
Yeah,
You
you
still got
should.
my email, or do you have his
Yeah,
video on your channel somewhere? The one that you said
yeah,
was his.
yeah. You're just gonna have to look through it down, but I can also send you videos too, actually.
Okay, but it was good. It was good talking to you, Young Riz. I be seeing your videos and stuff like that. You, like I said, you seem like you're real good when it come down to the computers and the graphics and things like that. You know,
But I know
I've
the
been going
simple
through a lot.
stuff.
I had lost my mom and
My father,
mentally, huh?
sorry, I tell you this. My dad, though, he's basically tech savvy type thing. My dad is like Gen X, though, so I got that from him, but I'm on a different level.
Okay,
But when it comes to
that's
editing, I
great.
only know the simple stuff.
Yeah, but I've been doing okay. You know, like I said, mentally, I had to try to be able to live without my mom. You know, I lost my mom the week before Christmas, and basically, I've been and my anxiety had been off the whack. So now I just been focusing on my health. I've been trying to do my fitness, and I've been working more on my channel, trying to keep myself busy. You know, just trying to keep myself busy mentally and trying to, you know, get myself back on track. Hey, First Lady. Today was Friday talk. We shared about autism awareness. My guest didn't show up, but God sent me 3 more people. I had Young Riz up here today. I had Living for Jesus up here, and I also had Renee's Secret Garden. Joshua came in, but he wasn't able to come on the panel. So Joshua, I do thank you for coming in the chat, but you wasn't able to get on the panel. So thank
Okay,
God
don't.
for the ones that was able to come up, you know, in a way. Young Red, you know you my boy, you always have been. You keep doing what you're doing. Keep being the person you are, you know, and I appreciate you. But
I've been a good
everything worked out real good. Everything worked out real
I
good. I
think
thank the
he's
Lord.
been for it. I don't worry about him. He'll be okay. I guess though it's just that. I guess though today was in the cards for me. He was busy today. He did show up, but then I guess he didn't come up though. I can't
Yeah,
why
I
though.
think he had something else
Maybe
going
next.
on, but he
Yeah,
did,
but
you
don't
know.
worry.
Yeah,
He
he showed
doesn't
up, but
doesn't.
yeah,
I'm
like I
sure
said,
though
you
next
know,
time.
yeah,
I'm
but
sure
I
next
thank
time.
you for coming through for me, Young Riz. Cause you know you was up here last year, remember? You were my
Yeah, I
guest
remember.
last year, remember?
Yeah, I do. I remember last year.
But all
Yeah.
right, but I was trying to wrap this series on up. We
Okay.
was able to share a lot today. Renee shared a lot with us today. Living for Jesus, she's awesome. And Young Riz, I do appreciate you. Look like I'm freezing up. I get that computer tired, I guess. But thank you for my members for coming through. I saw First Lady came through here. Did you get my video? What channel did you send it to my email, Frank, or you sent it through Messenger? Because I be having people be sending me stuff. Where did you send it? Did you send it on TikTok or? Because you said you were gonna send me some about a series you watching. Cause Louis been sending me some stuff. I'm gonna try to catch up with everybody's stuff so I can talk about it or we can collab on it or whatever. You sent it through Facebook? Okay, I gotta see it. Okay, but the show turned out to be pretty good today. You know, that's what it's about over here with me, sharing awareness. And like I said, the people that did come through was like Renee, she's a parent taking care of children with autism. She should let us know, you know, how things were challenging and how it was to raise children. Because the kids are 24 now. She's still grown now. She was telling me about the way they was teasing and bullying her children, and even the parents, adults, was had things to say. But she like me, when it come down to our babies, we don't play. Religion go out the window. But we're thankful for her. We're thankful for Living for Jesus. Living for Jesus always comes up and speak on her daughter, she shared things about her daughter again today. So, and I'm giving her daughter the giveaway today. Her daughter will receive a bag from my shop. She said she wanted the blue one. So, Living for Jesus' daughter will get this complimentary gift from my shop. She said she wanted, this is a backpack she could put on her back, and it's big enough to put her water bottles or anything that she be playing with that particular day. She can walk around with her bag. I just got to get your information on Living for Jesus. I have to go on your channel and give you my email. But even shout out to Joshua. Joshua came in, but he wasn't able to come on the panel. And but God sent me 3 people today. Either way, I was like, well, I didn't have a guest, but the show still goes on. And this what is spreading awareness is for me. Being able to collab and connect with people that going through real life, that go through real life situation. And then this thing been freezing up today, Jesus. And I just want the people that came on the panel today. Hold up, y'all. Lord have mercy. Let me go down and come back up. It ain't connecting or something. I'm still here. It seems like I'm sticking or something, but I do want to thank everybody that did join. Thank you, First Lady. How your day been going, sweetie? How's your day been going? The show turned out to be pretty good because after Joshua wasn't able to come up, I said, well, the show still must goes on. So this is what I call awareness, when you're able to have people that come up and share their real life histories and things like that. Like I said, I do have people, close relatives that deal with autism, and it was a learning experience for me also. So this is what I do over here. I will continue to keep sharing and spreading advocacy and awareness on my channel. I guess this computer is tired, y'all. Oh, your day been well? That's great. Yep, I did 3 hours of this live stream. And thanks again for everybody for coming through. I'm about to get on off of here. Shout out to everybody that did the pineapple water of the day. And again, thanks for all the guests. And Living for Jesus, I'll be mailing your daughter package off. She said she wanted the blue bag. Shout out to my members what came through. Shout out to everybody that came up on the panel. You know, I mean, they came through for me. Like I said, sometimes the deal of having where you think things ain't gonna work out for you, but here go God coming through with people that I wasn't even expecting to see today. So we finna get ready to I'm finna get ready to get on off of here. But I pray that everybody, I'm trying to take this down. I pray that everybody have a good weekend, and thanks to the ones that did come through. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Everyone deserves their flowers. So I'm finna put some flowers in the chat, like I'm sticking or something. I don't know. I think the computer tired, I guess. The computer must be tired too. They saying something about my browsers. Something going on with my browser. So the computer probably tired, y'all. They probably said, you've been picking on me for 3 hours. But these flowers are for everybody that came through. And Frank, I'll check that out. I'm gonna look on the videos. And tomorrow is self-care Saturday. Something going on with my browser, y'all. But it's time for me to go. And I'll see y'all on the next go round. Thank y'all for coming through. You on episode 10? Y'all have a good night. Thank y'all for coming in.